Yes, people, welcome to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. Also joined by my two regular co-hosts, JV and Mr. I've seen more in a night than you've seen in your life, Stro. First and foremost, Stro, what you telling me? You good?
I'm blessed, man.
This guy, you know. That was the theme tune of when they match of the day and they turned it to ITV and it was the Premiership.
I think that, well, just a complete side.
Yeah.
Even though I love everything that you're doing, BBC,
Yeah.
I just think that one was something different.
ITV and the beautiful, yeah, and the Premiership
was
one.
The Premiership was like, think about the intro, I can over the hill.
Yeah,
it was different, fam.
It was something different. Yeah, considering Match of the Day is like a legendary show, like that is.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was great choice. Whoever picked that deserves like a raise.
When Rooney first broke out.
Was it
It's them
okay?
years. It's them
That's how
times.
long we talking about when Rooney broke out and Rooney's now a manager.
Still had unreason them, man.
Rooney's now a manager. But yeah, from a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, people. JV, what you telling me? You good also?
Yeah, I'm good, you know.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Like, football-wise, I'm still good. I'm still good. You know, a few cracks appearing for the team. But yeah, I'm good. Football has been quite eventful as ever over the past week or so. So, you know, we're going to get into that now. But yeah, man, always good.
It has been, and big up to everyone who's locked in. If you're locked in via more traditional radio means, you know, DAB or DAB. So whether you're listening in your car, in your house, at work, we really appreciate it. And of course, if you're listening on more up-to-date means, so if you're watching on the Pi Radio YouTube, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the video and make sure you subscribe to Pi Radio. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell also. And big up to everyone who's watching on Facebook and Twitter. Retweet, like, share. You already know what to do. But all right, let's get into it. Unfortunately, we have to start here and big up the ugly gram in the comments because he says BLM and he says justice for Martial. So I'm just going to pull that comment up. And unfortunately, we should be here talking about football for 2 hours. Like, that's what this is. From a Third Eye View is a football show. But you see, you hear Stro side there, and it's because we are still talking about racism in 2021. I've seen Cam say this. It's not 1821. It's not 1921. It's 2021. And this is still a prominent thing to the point where we've seen two cases of it happen within, big up Tuj in the building also. We've seen 2 cases of it happen within the footballing world in terms of professionally and also in the YouTube and football community as well. We've seen it happen as well. So I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of it. And we just have to continue to combat it and continue to fight it. That's what I'm going to say on this. Go on, JV.
Yeah, you know what my stance on this is.
We're on radio, remember?
To
Yes.
really say it.
We're on
But
radio.
sometimes there's more proactive ways of approaching these situations,
I like that.
which leave people with more thinking to do before they open their mouths.
That was lovely.
You get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
bro?
because if
You
I
know what
say
I'm
that,
saying,
you're
innit?
like, see, media trained. Oh,
Yeah, I've
here
learned
we
from
go
the
there,
best.
here
I've
we
learned
go
from
there.
Mr. Media Trained, Mr. Celebrity Free Accounts, Mr. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just put this out there for anybody who is listening. I have one account on Twitter. So there's fake accounts of me on Twitter. They are not me. The
Nah,
only
on a
account of
level
me is That's Me Flawless, the
You're
one I've
making a
always
fake
had.
account for Flawless, and because I'm hearing that the account's moving to Gal and all them things there. Come
Yeah.
on, man. This is some
Serious?
weird behavior because you're just gonna
That's what I've
secure
heard,
Flawless.
Yeah. You
some,
can't turn up as me.
Yeah, you know what I'm
You
saying.
gonna do? You can't turn up as me.
You know what I mean? He's not that famous yet. They're not got Flawless suits on the
Yeah,
internet yet, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You know, take a
Ridiculous.
few more years. Now, give it about 8 months. Definitely will be called
I
like
said
Flawless
8 months,
matches,
you know.
Flawless suits. But yeah,
Go
in
on.
all seriousness, back to the racism and that. A lot of these people, yeah, I've really noticed a lot of these people are really insecure people, you know, because what makes you target someone who on any other day, if this person doesn't displease you, is your best friend or someone you
And
love on.
That's what's crazy about
it's
it.
weird, bro.
Like, Martial got abuse.
Do you know
Axel, go on.
they even started on his wife.
Yes.
You see that?
I did see that, which is absolutely ridiculous. Martial got abuse. His wife got abuse. Axel got abuse. Rashford got abuse. Here's the thing. How are you racially abusing somebody over a game of football? This is football. We're all very passionate about our teams. This is why myself, JV and Stro come into the studio and be on air for 2 hours talking all things football. But to racially abuse someone because they didn't play well in a match, something is wrong with you. And people say, yes, education and this and that. it's learned behavior. Nobody is born racist. You know what I'm saying? The same way you're born as a man or a woman, or you're born black or white or whatever. That's taught. Like, that's drilled into a young kid's head. Like, okay, you don't like these people because they're a certain color. And what is also mad about the Rashford, Axel, Martial, if Martial scores the winner against Southampton, or Rashford does, or Axel, you lot will be celebrating. And in their comments praising him. Yeah, you see him, you're asking for autographs.
Weirdos, fam.
Like, and then what even makes it even more weird, and I've seen this and I've said this before, where I've seen people, because it's always the no Avi accounts as well that have the most to say. Yes. Just in general, even aside from racism, always the people with out their face, the no Avi duns, always who have the most to say. But yeah, I've seen times where they've racially abused someone and their account has been a black player. I say this all the time. I see Flex, who's on the United stand. Shout out to Flex. Somebody racially abused him and their picture was Trent.
Yeah, confused.
I was like, that makes no sense.
You know what the thing is as well with these men who are like racially abusing Rashford and that? He probably fed your kid.
Yes.
Probably fed your kid.
Very possible.
Or your niece or nephew very recently. So, you know, like, step off it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like pointing fingers at anyone, but my kids are patterned in it. So I'm not going to be out here, you know, abusing anyone in any sort of way when they're doing me a favor.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
and even if he's not doing your family a favor, you should see what he's doing and commend that. He's not feeding anybody in my family, but I still commend what he is doing.
And the same thing,
because he doesn't have to.
Even like Martial ain't feeding no one, Tuanzebe ain't feeding no one, but these are men who, this season or within the past year or so, you have praised.
Definitely,
I can
Axel
fully
at PSG. Axel at PSG.
Axel at PSG. You man are asking. If you can lick his football boots after the match. You know what I mean? Because you're them type of weird fans anyway. So let's get it really right. These same type of weird fans who treat these people like gods are the same ones who, when they don't do what they want, are quick to tear them down.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's where, you know, you can say all these people, a lot of these people with the Martial hate seem to forget how good he was last season.
Yeah. These are the same people singing 50 million down the drain.
You know what I'm saying?
Martial scores again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man are singing that with the heart and soul, bro. Like, it's church choir and that.
It is. I'm one of them. I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them done still.
Yeah, I sing it heart and soul, but I'm not dissing it later, so man can sing it. You know what I'm saying?
Even though he's been poor this season, I'm still defending
man. You know what it is? I'll praise these guys when they do well, and when they don't, I will criticize them.
And I don't want people to get mistaken either. Just because I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm not going any more stronger on the racist. This could be a Liverpool player. This could be, you lot know how petty I am. It could be a Liverpool player. It could be a Manchester City player. It could be a Leeds player. Nobody deserves or should be getting racially abused for that. So I don't care if this was Mane, and Mane had just scored the winner at Old Trafford to help Liverpool win the league title, and someone racially abused him. And it was a United fan who did it. I'm saying the same thing. Nobody should be going through this. And this is not just black. This is any race. If this was an Asian player, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't care. Like, racially, criticize, cool. Criticize all you want, but keep it within the realms of football. Messaging a man's wife. That's ridiculous.
You know what it is? A lot of these men are just haters as well. They hate
true.
They hate on footballers. They hate on the lifestyle footballers have, innit?
Yeah.
A lot of hate comes from jealousy. A lot of hate comes from jealousy. Do you get what I'm saying? So, doesn't matter whether this is here's the thing, there's probably players who aren't black or Asian or someone who they can racially abuse, who get abused, but because they are not a certain race, the race isn't brought into it. You get what I'm saying? There's certain players out there who get a lot of hatred. If Harry Maguire, for instance, was of a certain other race, when he's getting called slabhead, there would probably be another term added in before him being called slabhead.
Yes.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So you have to understand these people, and it's not just these a lot of these people are the same people who abuse a lot of people and hide behind these things. We're in a weird generation when it comes to, you know, all of this social media, having access to people who they've never had access to before. You know what I mean? So that's what it comes down to. A lot of the time, it's some little weirdo. Honestly, I can't see that there's a successful businessman or a successful person in life. They might have that opinion, but I won't see them going out of their way to message someone with that opinion. They might have that opinion, most certainly, 100%. But they won't go out of their way because they've got better things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as simple as that. When you really look at it, a lot of these accounts are set up right after the match. Are these man these man setting this account up during the match?
They've been waiting for this.
These men are making emails.
Rance made this point.
Names.
Manchester United haven't lost a league game up until Sheffield United since November. But now at that time we was at the back end of January. So this is 2 months they've been waiting to get him. Bro,
did you not see you not see this MC brother who had a track talking about United lose? Man, when did the last time we lose? November.
Yeah.
So Man Studio made a track in
there you go, innit?
And has been sat on it since November.
There you go.
Man tried to come out and it was the deadest track. As the London man was saying, it's meaty. It was it was the meatiest track I'd ever seen. It was dead, bro. And I thought, you really went to the studio, made a track, sat on that, and waited 2 months. That's dead. You get what I'm saying? That's dead. So that to me, it's not as bad as racism, but it's like you're going out of your way to hate.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? You cannot be a successful person if you wake up in the morning and your first thought, or one of your first thoughts, or one of your thoughts during that day is to hate on someone else, because that ain't making bread, fam.
It's not. But then people, you said them people there hate, and I've seen this before as well, where people say somebody can hate on you and they're in a better position than you. They can just hate how people gravitate towards you. It's a might as well. Go on, Stro. Give us your thoughts on it. Because obviously you say you're very strong on this as well. And we could literally do 2 hours speaking about this. And again, I can't believe we are, but we have to. We have to have these conversations. Go on, fam.
I go back and forth with this all the time because I see it when it's mentioned in certain people with my skin colour stay quiet. Because one, it makes them feel uncomfortable. Or two, they just feel like it's not my fight. It is your fight. It's everyone's fight. Which is why I'm so 10 toes down on this. I will not back away from this conversation because it's a conversation that needs to be had. Now, I've seen the incident with Martial and his wife, disgusted. At no point should it ever get to that level. It's football.
Yes. Football.
Football has and always will be my escape from reality. In terms of whenever I played football and I was going through, whether it was losing my sister or going through whatever I went through, that 90 minutes, I forgot about everything. Football.
Yeah.
It should never take you to a place where you have to feel like, not even have to feel like where you racially abuse someone or abuse someone in any form on the pitch, regardless of whatever amount of money they're on. We're talking about players. Marcus Rashford is a prime example.
Yeah.
That family made sacrifices for him to get to the position that he is.
Yes, very true.
Food on the plate. They made sacrifices in their life to put him in a position where he's in now, where he can now give back to his family. But not just that, he's giving back to multiple millions of families in the UK, which this government didn't want to do. So what? Now you're going to tell me that, like JB said, he's potentially put food in your family's mouth, on your family's table.
Yeah.
And yet you still feel the need to racially abuse him. What? Because he had a bad performance. Like, what are we doing here? And I seen one of my friends, and someone I've got a lot of love for, get racially abused on the street this weekend. And I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I was on the warpath.
I just want to say salute to Prime. That's who he's talking about for those that don't know. So big up, Don Prime. You will see him on the show at some point, defo, but salute to you. And he handled it in such a classy manner as well. So big up to Prime each and every time.
What I loved more than anything was he faced him, got him on the street, and he faced him and he gave him everything.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was one of the best things I've ever seen because you don't get that chance. Normally they do hide behind the screen. My man didn't have a chance to hide behind the screen. And this is the thing that irritates me more than anything with these guys is touching on the points that you two have both said is these are the kind of guys that will say something behind a neck emoji or whatever, or a neck picture.
I call them the no Avi Duns, man. You always got the most to say, and that's sorry to cut you off. It's, what annoys me the most is not just like within racism, it's just in general. The people who always have the biggest and most to say and always want to criticize is the no Avi Duns in it. Show face. You know what I'm saying? Because then we can hold you to it. Like, show face. Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, weirdos, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the thing that irritates me the most. It's what, you're jealous because of a man's position. You're jealous because a man's put himself in a position where he can financially provide for his family and his kids.
Or you're happy because that someone's doing well, that you're envious because you sat doing nothing, being lazy, probably still living with your mum. painting figures in your mum's loft. Like what are we doing here? Like,
I love how that's your go-to.
nah, because it bothers me. Like, it shouldn't ever get to this. Like, I've got family members that are blood.
Yeah.
I am not that close with.
Mm-hmm.
I look at you two. I class you two as family. We're not the same skin color.
Yeah.
But that never once will play a factor in any of my decision making because of what you've done for me. That's how I look at it. I've got family members, like I've said, that haven't done hardly anything for me. I don't class as family. Yeah. I've got people that aren't family member that might be of different races, different, do you know what I mean? Different religions, etc., etc. They're family because of what they've done for me. Yeah. Like, race should never come into the picture. So why is it continuously coming into the picture? Yeah. And this is what irritates me the most is I see people fighting the fight, and then I see people of my skin color just sat there and not doing anything and just scared and afraid to stand up and do what's right. Yeah. Have a backbone. This is never ever going to get erased from society, erased from football, erased from sports, unless all races, and this is all races, support the movement and actually stand up and fight for what's right. And that's what bothers me the most. When I see people just sat there and not saying anything, like, just fight for what's right. Because if it was your family member, you want to fight for what's right.
I've said this. I say this all the time, and that's what will happen. So to all you racist people out there, what's going to happen is someone in your family, so whether, I don't know, it's your brother or your sister or one of your kids, is going to get with someone of a person, you get me, a black person, and then you're going to have mixed kids. So that's great, one, that happens to you. But then what's going to happen is this mixed race kid is going to have the same surname as you, and when they get racially abused or police treat them a certain way, then you're going to feel it. And that's what I hate is when certain white people go, oh, it's not a problem. It's not an issue. It's like, nah, it is an issue. It's just not an issue to you yet. Yes. But wait until it's someone with your surname. Then it's different, innit?
And that's my problem.
Yeah, wait until it's someone with your surname in it, or someone you're a close friend and you're like, rah, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we're sick and tired of talking about it, but we have to speak on it. You know me? Platform or no platform. This platform or no platform, we have to speak on these things.
But parents, schools need to do better. Teachers need to do better. Like, you know, I've got a daughter. At no point am I ever letting her surround herself with a group of friends that think like that, that talk like that. Like, you've seen it. She's got... It's just, it bothers me so much. But it's like, it's the environment they're brought up in, and the kind of friends that they surround themselves with. Like, they have yes men around him. Yes. They don't have people that will question him, like, want him to do better. The reason why I'm still standing in the position I'm in, because I've surrounded myself by people that, one, will question me, two, that inspire me to work hard, and secondly, the ones that would challenge my thinking. They've not done that, and that's the problem with today's society. There's too many yes men. There's too many people that are willing to say something and hide behind the screen. And it needs eradicating. Yeah. And the fact that we're having to spend time on a show to talk about an incident that's happened is disgusting.
Man, it's multiple. It's literally multiple. You know what I mean? There was Martial, there was Rashford, there was Axel. What happened with Prime? Like, we're having to have these discussions in 2021. Like Cam said, not 1821, not 2021, and we're still having these conversations when the world's mixing as much as it is now. Like, the world's mixing. Like, everybody's literally mixing. I'm saying, no matter what most friendship groups you look at, even the show, whatever, there's always a mix of people, mix of nationalities, mix of races,
creed, color, religion, whatever it is. That's why this is what people don't seem to realize. That's why society has been able to maybe flourish and get as good as it is. The Premier League wouldn't be as good as it is if there wasn't loads of, different races, color, creeds, religions. There's certain things that I know through football, and that has brought me to other things. So through football, I can, all right, then I'll be in work here. Someone will come in for a job interview. It's a Portuguese guy. They're like, and I'll be like, oh no, that's Pedro Goncalves Morales. Like, what do you know? Whoa. Where have you lived? I'm like, oh no, football.
Football manager.
Football. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? My boss used to look at me like, sorry, where are you born? Like, he's like, I know you families from the Caribbean. Is that a language we go, do you speak it? I'm saying, no. I just know that through football. Yeah. Or they'd be like, I remember one time someone said to me, why does Mane and Salah always put their head on the ground when they score and that? Like, why they always? Man said
okay.
he was being genuine.
Yeah, he just
actually
legit didn't know.
He's like, why is it like smelling the grass? I said, no, they're praying.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man. He's like, yo, that's sick.
Yeah.
I said, they're praying. I said, yeah, they're praying because they're thankful for this opportunity. They're able to do what they love. They're scoring goals. You know what I'm saying? This is what they love to do. So they're thanking God for that. And he's like,
facts, man.
My man saying,
Two African kings, man.
He's saying, yo, that's deep.
Yeah.
He's saying, yo, that's mad. Because he's saying, or even like, I remember when who is it, Kaka? When they come on the pitch, or every time, a lot of them Brazilian, man, if you watch them, you know, when the match starts.
Yeah. Kaka did that. Yeah, I remember.
As they walk on the
and not
pitch.
just that when they score it.
Yeah. Because I remember Kaka when he...
very religious in Brazil.
Yeah. What was it now? He said, I think when he won AC Milan won the Champions League, I think it was, and he pulled up his top. Yeah, and he was like, I belong to God or something like that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Football brings
it together. And speaking of Kaka, that's why you can get Kaka playing in Hackney.
Yes.
When else would you get a South American in Hackney?
Exactly. Bro.
Played like that's never happened.
You get what I'm saying?
In any way, like 20 years ago, that's not happening.
Come on, bro. You think Roberto Carlos is coming to my side back in the day, fam?
You're an idiot.
You think Roberto Carlos is coming Rep Park? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You think Roberto Carlos is coming Rep Park, bro? No, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No. These man had Kaka in the ends, bro.
He was in Hackney and
with
he was like comfortable.
With the man them types.
Yeah. He was bad.
You could see on the sidelines, it's not like there was hella Sky Sports cameras and security and all of that.
Yo, Proxy, we should have sorted it. Is he good? Stroll talking to the mic. You should be all right still. You should be. Let us know in it because Jan City did also.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, go.
This is what I mean. Like, this is
switch
football.
to that mic from.
Football, as I've always said, is a universal language.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, there's many a times I've gone to a stream with people I don't know. Yeah. But because we're talking football, the first 20 seconds are awkward. After someone says something about football, boom, everyone's like, yeah.
It's a conversation style. It doesn't matter who. Yeah, it's a universal. Like you could literally take someone from every as long as they can all say, for instance, they all speak English, you could literally take someone from every continent on the globe. If they're all, don't even have to be, they could support different teams. One could be Arsenal, one could be United, one could be Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and them five could have a conversation.
Bro, I'm telling you now, I could get a French guy who speaks no English. Yeah. I could get a Brazilian guy who speaks no English. Yeah. I could get a Spanish guy who speaks no English. And I could pluck everyone from each country and put them in a room. Mm-hmm. And if someone went, Maradona's the best. Whoa! Every man's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every man will start talking.
I've played ball with man who didn't speak too good English, they were Spanish, but we played ball and we communicated on the pitch. We figured it out, you know what I'm saying, with direction.
Man, you could do a finish and say to him, Raul, and they go, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can just point.
You know what I'm saying? You say, yo, that was a Raul. You feel that, you know what I'm saying? You're speaking his language. You get what I'm saying? Same with the, if I curl it with my left foot, a free kick, and I went to the Argentina brother, I said, yo, Messi style. You go,
Messi,
Messi. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you talk to a French brother and you do the on refinish, and you're like, on
You know what I'm saying? Man, I know what you're on. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying football is one of the only things which can break down so many barriers. It's universal. I could go to London now, not know anyone.
Yeah.
I could walk past the cage. The ball comes over. Yeah. I kick that ball back in a certain good way. Man, I'd be like, yo, come true.
Yeah, come ball and play ball.
Yeah, let me see that. You know what I'm saying? Or I could do a 2-2 kick-ups and around the world and then kick it back over to them. Man, I'd be like, yo. You know what I mean? Football's the only thing that can break down barriers. You could go on holiday. I've done this on holiday.
You know what?
To the beach.
That is what it is. You know what it is?
Man on the beach.
It's mad because when I was at the when was it? It was in the hotel, so there was a chef in the hotel in it, and he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Manchester." First thing he said was Manchester United. Yeah, Manchester United.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's on.
I was like, hook me up with the fish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Every time you come to see my man now, he did an extra portion.
Yeah. Because he knew my order in it, so it was just fish and that I was eating, and he was like, Manchester United. They even speak too good at English. You're right. Yeah, spot on.
You know what? Yeah, I tell you, I went Mexico.
Massive Roberto Carlos in boss. That's
I'm telling you, bro. I went Mexico a few years ago, and similar type of thing happened. I'm talking to the guy, football, and then. Yeah, Manchester United. I went, yeah. And then I went, Chicharito, and he was like, oh! He went mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their footballing guy. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying, yo, Chicharito's the best. You get what I'm saying? Chicharito. Because I used to love...
Hernandez is cold.
I used to love my man back in the day. I'm like, yo, Chicharito. And then, trust me, from then, I'd see my man. Man could be on the other side of the... My man's, yes, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Man's on the other side of the pool or other side of the... complex, man can see me, man's yes, bro. Man's telling his friends, Chicharito. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lovely thing that is universal, and then people want to do that. Like you said, when it literally breaks down barriers, like you said, for the first, not even 20 seconds, it's 10 seconds. Yeah. And as soon as man say, all right, like you said, Maradona over Pele or something like that, it just sparks it. It just sparks it.
But this is the point now, which is is important in this is I've been on holiday, for example, in Spain, just outside of Barcelona, where it was a big camp, and I was young. And on the middle of the camp, you had like different theme parks. But there was a football pitch. The Spanish kids that actually lived on the pitch, you know what I mean? Me as a kid, I'm going there to play ball.
Yeah.
Didn't understand a word they were saying, but to the point where after a couple of days of playing with him, they were knocking on my part. Couldn't speak a word of English just because they wanted me to come play football. But like my mum and dad knew straight away where I was going and stuff like that. And then at this point, I'm at their house having food. I don't understand a word of Spanish.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it's
true,
like
man.
my mum's like,
true.
the guys' mum's like, come in, eat some, having paella. I'm loving it.
Yeah, paella
and then the one time that we had understood a bit of English was when I mentioned a certain Spanish player or something along those lines, like and then like they'd whip out videos, and this is how younger videos, and you're watching old Spanish things and stuff like. But like you said, it breaks down barriers. But then like, you've got hypocrites that are being racist at football matches, but then we'll go and order a curry goat, and it's like you're just a walking contradiction.
That is mad. That is mad.
You man probably dissing Rashford eating jerk chicken. Fix up, fam.
It's like, yo, what you doing in your life?
Telling me about you got reggae sauce in your cupboard. Fix up, fam. Don't want to hear it.
I hear you.
It's true.
Yeah, I just want to salute Prime, and it says flawless Stro JV. I love you guys. Salute to Prime. I hope you heard what we said, but we already spoke.
Prime, check this one out. Prime knows what it is and knows what it was with all of us three before any of this. Yeah. This isn't no artificial, you know what I'm saying? This is already, these are things that are set in stone. Yeah. Prime knows, get me, man, I call him El Primo. You know what I'm saying? I told him, because you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like we keep saying, it's more than it. So you know what? Next time when these things happen, you know what we also need to do? We need to shell these people down, but then we also need to remember what we've just said then and what football can do. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying?
Remember the good part about
football, as much as these people are trying to cloud over something which is beautiful, football, honestly, is beautiful. The amount of people I've met through playing football, watching football, talking about football, and that's my whole life. That's my whole life. That's me from I first kicked a ball in primary school. You get what I'm saying? With my brethren who was just on the previous show from when we're like young. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this is year 3, year 4, year 2. Man start playing, just kicking ball casually, and then you go and play 11 aside and 7 aside or something, and you meet this person and you meet that person. You know, like Stro saying, that brings you into other cultures, food. It brings in everything. Football is one thing that can actually introduce you to so much more of what's going on in life, in the world,
and it helps
you understand.
It helps your knowledge as well, because what it does with me, I now know what certain countries, what their language is. Like, I know they speak, like, I do this all the time. So like when 2 players are beefing on each side, and I look, if they're both foreign players, I'll be like, I wonder what language they're dissing each other.
Like, that's probably a Spanish.
That's probably Spanish. One's Argentinian, one's Spanish. They're cussing each other out in Spanish. Yeah,
it's like when you see, it's like, I remember someone said to me, how does Pepe play for Portugal, but he's Brazilian? I said, it's the same thing, fam.
It's the same language.
It's the same language, fam.
That's what I mean, but you don't realise that until you know football.
I would, and I wouldn't know, like, just happen to know that fact.
It's like Deco's the same. How did it? Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the same language. It's the same culture. You know what I'm saying? Same with, like you said, the Spanish players, like someone like a Messi. How's Messi so at home in Spain when he's not actually from Spain? If you didn't know, you'd think Messi was Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Would think he was Spanish.
Because it's the language thing. Yeah. It's like why certain players always attract to certain countries. Yeah. Because if I can go to a country and they speak my language or I already speak, it's a lot easier than having to go and learn a new one. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So there you go, man.
Definitely, yo. But big up to everyone in the comments. Make sure you like the video. Like Uglygram says, Justice for Martial. Big up Ryan. He says, big up the panel. Yan City is taking absolute liberties. Yeah, but big up to you. Yeah. Big up to you. Yo, this one is going to keep going and that. But yeah, salute to you, Yan City. Nothing but love. She says, JV is right. They don't like how most footballers go from working class to millionaires. No one talks about middle class sports who make much more money in the way they talk about footballers. That's facts. Big up Zane, who says, big up to the lad. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. Hopefully Stro's audio should be live right now. Yan also says, Ronaldinho rocked up in Peckham not too long ago as well.
What? Ronaldinho was in Peckham, bro.
Yeah, I seen that as well.
See that? Yeah, Chronic Ballo here says it. Yeah, Pogba and Ronaldo speak 7 languages.
There you go, bro.
Yeah.
But these man who are trying to diss him, cannot even speak English properly, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Come on, man.
And
Get out of here.
Zane, you said it here, man. I know it is a beautiful way to end it. Football is a strong family bond.
Yeah,
and like
man.
you said, you don't even have to be able to speak the same language, and you can play football. Like I said, I've played ball with people who don't speak English.
I've full on played ball with guys, Man can be speaking and they don't understand.
Yeah.
I will have to tell him, you do a little deco thing for me right now. The Portuguese brother, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just wavelength.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like
point and know to move. Yeah. Because football is like you can literally watch it like movement. You can tell.
Even if
man
don't speak English, if I said, "All right, me and you, 1, 2." Oh, okay.
1,
Man
2.
gets it. You know what I'm saying?
it's literally.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I'm
isn't
saying?
it?
Man will understand the things.
Yeah. Jonathan Sada, any tips on starting a YouTube channel? What I would say is, so I'm guessing because that's Pogba in your Avi. What I tell everybody who messages me about this, first and foremost, 1, be yourself.
Yep.
Number 2, you have to have a short-term plan, a long-term plan. Number 3, be consistent. You have to be consistent. 4, come with original ideas. And 5, don't worry about views and numbers and getting big guests on. Do not worry about that. Like, don't worry about that. I say all the time, build it. I say this to everyone. I say this line to everybody. Build it and the people will follow. That's what it is. So don't worry about trying to go and get a big guest on. If you can, cool. But build it. Look at us here, for example. We're a prime example of that. We was doing the show for months. And then we had Yan City's right. Get Yan City on your team.
Yes.
Big facts.
You do that.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're lucky enough to have the circle that I have with JV and Stro and Yan City and Tox, then I'm fortunate, and Mr. Aaron United, and like we are the Avengers. I've said this. Sometimes when United, who was it that said it? Josh said it last week. Sometimes when United play Liverpool, that's just civil war. But we're all on the same team at the end of the day. So yeah, I would say.
And if you're gonna do one thing, Jonathan, follow this guy right in front of his work rate. Yeah. Stack up your P's and get a clone. You know what I'm saying?
Multiple clones.
Yeah.
But then they go rogue like iRobot and start creating their own Twitter accounts and that. That's what happened. They iRobot you and that. They iRobot you.
No, honestly, your work rate.
Work rate's key.
Your work rate is going to be your currency.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, consistency, and that goes hand in hand. So even if you want to do it once a week, you're like, right, I'm gonna go live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Make sure you're live. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. you're there.
No doubt, no fail.
Yeah, no fail. Like, make sure you're there.
Even if you feel like The Walking Dead,
yeah,
you got to do it.
There's times where I don't want to do streams, but I'm like, you know what? There's people who want to lock in. I've promoted this. You owe it to like the creators, and then them people become the same people in this YouTube and football world who I see on every show. Yeah. I've done days where I've done 4 shows and I've seen set people, multiple people, and every show.
Yes,
commenting, getting involved. So yeah, man, that's what I would say. Don't worry about numbers and views because people go like, oh, you only got 5 views, you only got 10 views, everyone started on 0.
Yeah.
Everybody started on 0. But work rate as well because people can see it. And people will gravitate towards you because they see, and then they're more likely to help you, innit? I say this all the time. Chris Rock had a great joke about that. If you're going down the motorway in your car and you break down and you're just sat in your car, nobody ain't going to help you. If you get out and see it pushing, people see you pushing the car, people are going to stop.
Yes.
And more likely to. Help yourself. That's what I would say on that. But yeah, Mr. H, Pat G, so that's what you gotta have. Kante, Pat G song, that level.
Type of energy,
it's that type of energy. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a strong family bond. But yes, let's get into some football anyway. What we're all here for. You know what I mean? Current football. And of course, we'll start with Brighton beating Jose Mourinho Spurs yesterday.
Before we get to that,
go on.
There's a context which needs to be discussed regarding Tottenham.
All right, let's go.
Certain incident. So,
okay.
Thursday night's game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this the clip?
No, there's a certain. There's a certain incident that happened at half time. So Tottenham concede just before half time. Mane, Henderson, great through ball to Mane. Mane controls it and he just plays it across. Now it goes between Lloris
and Dyer.
Now there lies a problem which Mourinho's got. He's playing a centre-back, he's playing a midfielder at centre-back, which is why I'm so critical, although Fabinho's been excellent, Henderson's been excellent, which I'm surprised at, is none of them take charge. They can both stop that goal from happening. It doesn't. Now, what happens is, they go in at half-time, and we've seen it on the Amazon Prime documentary where it's Son and Lloris. A certain incident happens.
Right.
And a certain Sergio Aurier doesn't come back onto the pitch. And then what happens? he leaves the stadium.
Yeah, that's a madness. That go on. I seen that. And
Go on, but elaborate on that.
I didn't really know what happened, but yeah, go on.
So he gets into it with, I think it might have been Lloris. It's one of the players. He gets into it with Mourinho. To get into a disagreement, right? Which, from a management point of view, if you're trying to do a halftime team talk and you've spotted something tactical and you're trying to deal with that, it's distracting. So you don't need it, especially in a game like that. What happens is he gets subbed. You're not coming back on. Aurier being Aurier, and he's proved this over lockdown because he just doesn't like to follow instructions, clearly, because he's just breaking lockdown left, right, and centre, is he leaves the stadium. The impact that has on a dressing room, impact that has on a team, on individuals, it causes a ripple effect. Then you move on to the Brighton game. It will have an effect because training's not going to be the same because it's awkward and uncomfortable because you're going into training and you can see Aurier there and you can see that there's issues in the camp. That then breathes onto the pitch. So you're going to come out with these kind of performances. Yep. And this is why when everyone's criticising Mourinho is, yes, he is unbelievable at pressing buttons to an extent. You press the wrong person's button.
Yes.
That causes issues in the camp.
Facts.
And this is the issue that we're having with Mourinho currently at the moment is Mourinho in big games, unbelievable. He can set up perfectly in a big game, especially away at Manchester City, away at an Anfield, away at Manchester United. Why are you doing it away at Brighton? And then it's like with the greatest of respect, like you're the bigger team. You've got
the better players.
Hundreds of millions of pounds worth of talent and players on the pitch. You should be taking the impetus in that game. You should be the one pressing for the result. Why are you sitting back and letting them come on to you and you're hitting them on a counter attack? Like, it's a small club mentality. And this is my issue with Mourinho is when we've openly said on here, Mourinho is past it at the top level. This is the reason why. Yes. Because he cannot adapt his game to go from doing it away, which makes perfect sense because you're in a title race and them kind of points away from home against the top 4, top 6 is key. Yep. You don't want to lose them games. But you look at Liverpool last season is we were going away, we were picking up them points away at the big teams, but then we were beating and we were disposing of the smaller teams like you should have. Manchester United have been doing that, apart from the Sheffield United game. Is Manchester United were doing that. They were disposing of the smaller teams.
I hear you. And that's why we was top of the league at a point. That's a very valid point. Brilliant point.
So it's like, and then you look at Fergie was the master at this.
Yeah.
He would go away to Anfield, he'd nick a draw. He'd go away to Chelsea, Arsenal, nick a draw.
Yeah.
He would beat Southampton like they were Southampton at that time. He would
like
beat Blackburn, Bolton like they were Blackburn and Bolton at that time. Mourinho can't do that because he can't adapt. He's stuck.
See,
he's stuck in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But here's one thing I said about him. Yeah, these are my criticisms of a certain Mr. Jose Mourinho. I said, and I will repeat, I said he will do the good thing. He will come in. It all looks good. Everything smells like roses.
Honeymoon period. We knew that was,
it's the perfect honeymoon.
Yeah.
He's
roses on the bed.
He's taking the gal on honeymoon for 2 months. It's a long honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? So the feel good factor, he makes you believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? The whole team, he's got man playing out the skins. Yeah. But I said one thing, especially with this team, it's almost reliant. It's almost too reliant on
individual brilliance.
Yes. It's too reliant on Kane. It's too reliant on Son. It's too reliant on which is a current theme for Jose, I'd say. It's too reliant on.
Sorry to cut you out. Yo, if you talk nonsense in the comments, you will get blocked. Just letting you know. But yeah, go on, continue. I just blocked him. Never mind. We don't give these people shine.
Yeah. In a bit.
And again, talking rubbish. No have you done? But go on, carry on.
Always, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always the no have you done. No have you done. But go on, carry on. I just had to put that out there. Yeah. Just to let people know we can disagree, but when you start talking personal or anything like that, blocked.
His teams are too reliant on. He likes a big, strong team. For me. Like when he came in, it seemed like he came in at the right time. Now, the more I think about Jose, he came in at the wrong time. Jose is a 1990s Premier League manager, bro.
Early 2000s.
He's a 1990s. He would have broke his back to sign an old school Alan Shearer, bro. because that would have been ideal. He would have, you know, these Tony Adams and these type of man, Colin Hendrys, these break your face for the team. That's what he needs, bro.
Yeah.
He's as much as when he came in, he was excellent. I'm starting to think it was a lot more because of the caliber of players he had.
It was the caliber of player, but it's
motivation.
also what you said. Because you said he's a pair for 90s. He's literally arrived just after that. So we still got those players around.
Yeah, you still got them in a minute.
But they're slowly dying out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they actually all, like I said, from 03 to 2010, that's Mourinho and his pump.
Yeah.
After he left Inter Milan is when it went downhill.
But then if you look at that time frame, that's when those players have now gone.
Yes.
It's now changed.
And
the game's changed.
Game's
It's
changed.
like I even seen something of Dele Alli, and I don't know if it was a meme or not.
It's real, if you're going to say about the comment he made about...
Where you say, look, they just hoof it.
Yeah, they just defend and... Yeah,
and
shout out
hoof
to
it.
Eleanor. She's always bringing it up. That's what Dele Alli said. That's true.
And then let's cast our memories back. Let's cast our memories back a year or two, however long ago it was.
I wish we had the memory music.
Yeah. Yeah. So we casted our memories back. There's certain players, who criticised him at United, and they didn't get into the team. They had, issues with him in training. These so-called viruses, these so-called walking coronas. Yeah.
Walking coronas.
Yeah. And they're not, you know what I'm saying? And they're not in there. They were out of the team. They were going to get transfers and this and that. And it's funny how he's had this same thing now with Dele Alli.
Yeah. And
it's also funny how it also always seems to be a creative player.
Yeah, it's your attacking players,
Yeah.
It's your attacking players.
When have you hit, apart from the Luke Shaw, I cannot recall Jose falling out with a centre back. Because why would he? That is his bread and butter.
That's true. Centre backs, your defensive players, not
You know
really.
what I'm saying?
It's more your players that want to be free and play with a creative spark. Even Sergio Aurier, even though he's a fullback, he wants to get forward.
Do you get what I'm saying?
He doesn't
he will have a, you know what? All right, then I'll put it to you like this. He will have a problem with modern day fullbacks.
Yeah.
Old school ones he would love.
No, he's fine because they want to just defend.
If he had a Gary Neville.
Yeah.
If he had a Gary Neville.
He had an Ashley Cole.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Ashley Cole could go forward. Ashley Cole was content with just.
That's what I'm saying.
Defending,
that's why he would go on with him. Your Paulo Ferreiras, who might not have been the best, but defensively they were solid.
Yes.
And like you're talking centre backs, your Carvalho's, your John Terry's.
If you look at Paulo Ferreira, for me, he is a old school Azpilicueta. Do you get what I'm saying?
And that's mad that you mentioned that because he got on very well with Azpilicueta.
Do you get what I'm saying? So we're starting to see a pattern here now.
Yeah.
Jose. So I don't really think that it's fair to say that a lot of these players who he targeted and this and that were a problem. Really, when you look at it now, I said this, he's too outdated. Mm-hmm. He's really outdated. For him to really think you can play a centre-back pairing of Eric Dyer and Joe Rodon. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I see Joe Rodon, this guy gets rolled on. You know what I'm saying? This guy
go on, Stro, you got something to say on that? Go on.
Because it's funny you bring up creative players. One of the most creative players in modern time, assist-wise, is a certain Mesut Ozil.
There you go.
A certain Mesut Ozil was at Real Madrid when a certain Jose Mourinho was manager.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no coincidence that when Jose Mourinho left, because of the time that he had at Real Madrid, although Carlo Ancelotti came in, Ozil wanted out.
Yes.
And that's why he got the move to Arsenal. You look at the creative players he's had issues with. The only one you can really say that he didn't was Frank Lampard, because Frank Lampard wasn't the modern day creative player.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would do the
He was a
dirty
grafter.
work.
He was a grafter, yeah.
Anyone who grafts, Jose's, you're in his books.
Yeah.
So it's like, you look at Gareth Bale. To me, that's just a media PR spin, because that's just shirt sales for Nike. What's he done it since he's come back?
See, I ain't going to lie. There's a lot of man getting flames at the moment. But for me, Gareth Bale has to be like the worst transfer.
He's really been gone. He's really been swept under the rugs.
Check this one.
Go on.
How can a loan go down as one of the worst transfers? You're giving the guy back, and he's still going down as one of the worst transfers. It's going under the radar, like, differently. But to say Harry Kane gets injured, you bring on a Gareth Bale. This is Brighton. No disrespect to Brighton. Mm-hmm. Gareth Bale should be able to affect a game against Brighton, and he's not. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? That's where the big problem is. Yeah, because he should be.
Shout out Sophie in the building, and now you trying to sneak in and that. It's all right. Drop the mic in it. It's all right. Plug your show in it. Plug your show. It's cool in it. Take Stro's mic in it. You try to walk in on a quiet one.
No.
It's all right. You know how this works. Talking to the mic in it. The mic's on. Don't get up on the mic. There you go. Shout out Sophie. Love you.
Laters, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So if you look at, where was I then?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bale.
people coming interrupted. Yeah, Gareth Bale.
Bale.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So really and truly, Bale should be able to affect a game against Brighton. No offense to Brighton. I think Brighton actually set out one of those teams that set out very good. So you can't actually get what you want to get out of them.
But they have battling relegation.
They are battling
and
relegation.
you should treat them as
Do
such.
you get what I'm saying? Yes. So for me, a Gareth Bale should be at least scoring or assisting in that game.
Yeah,
At least.
No, I hear that.
Even if he comes away with an assist.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where Tottenham are going to struggle, because one thing I would say about Mourinho is when he runs out of ideas, this is when the blame game starts. This is when
he'll blame everyone. Yeah.
relationships start messing up. Certain things start coming out what don't need to come out. Do you know what I mean? Relationships turn sour. You know, you've got probably, if I say to you now, Dele Alli, even though Dele Alli, is out of form, if I say to you, Dele Alli doesn't get into this current team, you'd be like, what? Do you get what I'm saying? Dele Alli
even
should
if he's not getting in the 11, surely he plays some part in the squad. Is what I'm saying.
Surely
he's
should be on the
involved.
bench.
Yeah, but he's not even getting on the pitch.
Bench, yeah.
Sometimes he's not even getting on the bench because.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But if you look at this Tottenham team, there's certain players in there which you can point at and go straight away. He's a Mourinho player.
Yeah.
For example, Doherty.
Yeah.
Although it's not worked, it's a Mourinho West player because you know what you're going to get from him.
Same Eric Dyer.
Ben
That's why he loves
side.
Eric Dyer.
Yeah. Ben Davies on the other side.
Yeah.
You know you get what you're going to get from him.
James, fam.
Eric Dyer, Højbjerg, who I think has been a phenomenal signing. It made the most sense because you seen it. He's like, yeah, that makes sense because he's going to Tottenham. It's under Mourinho, and it's like you look at Bergwijn, like he's creative, and you look at Lucas Moura. He's not had a sniff since Mourinho's got there. Why is that? Because he doesn't operate the same way that a Son will work.
Yeah.
He doesn't operate the same way that a Bergwijn will work.
Or Harry Kane.
Or a Harry Kane.
You might get it. If you look at Bergwijn, just sorry to cut you off, but if you look at Bergwijn, there's a lot of the time he has Bergwijn just running up and down.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's just running up and down, bro. He's not actually got him affecting the game.
Which why I'm surprised because he fell out. Well, he wasn't playing him at first, and now he's more in the team than Ndombele. So is that next? Is that going? You reckon that's going to come out at some point?
Yeah, because
and Ndombele is going to take the blame for something.
No, but you see why Ndombele works for Mourinho?
Go on, why? Because he's a unit.
Because he's a unit. But Ndombele works because Mourinho can play him as a 10.
Yeah.
And he can also play him as a 6 and an 8. That's why he works for Mourinho. If Ndombele couldn't play as a 6 or an 8, he doesn't play.
Ooh,
if he
that's a
couldn't
fantastic
play
point.
as a 6 or an 8,
That's
he
fantastic.
doesn't play because he's then a Dele Alli, isn't he?
because
He's then a creative force. Do you know what I mean? He's then more of a creative force than a destructive force.
Yeah.
There was a game they played the other day, not the other day, like recently. It might be, when I say the other day, people, ladies and gentlemen, it could be a month, it could be 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah. But I know it was this season. I think it was just around the Christmas period when there was like, 3 games a day and all that. And he had like, I think it was Winks. It was Højbjerg.
Yeah.
Some other form of defensive midfielder.
Sissoko.
Then Sissoko on the right wing. I was like,
against Fulham. It was at home to Fulham. Yeah, it was at home to Fulham. He had
That's what I'm
Sissoko on the
talking.
wing and he played Winks and Højbjerg in the middle. And again at home to Fulham. That's mad.
I can tell you why Ndombele works.
Go on.
What did Mourinho do at the beginning of the season with Ndombele specifically?
Yeah, he was highly critical of him. Highly critical of him,
What
which was no
happened?
surprise.
No, but what happened?
I cannot remember.
Letting
Go
the
on.
team.
But Ndombele, Mourinho does this to gauge your character.
Yeah.
Can you take it? Can you thrive under it? So, for example, I was watching an interview with Carlton Cole. And
I know what you're talking about, but go on, I've seen this.
so Carlton Cole talks about a point where they went away to Anfield, got beat 4-0. And Carlton Cole wasn't in the squad, wasn't anywhere near it. But because Mourinho looked at his potential and he wasn't fulfilling his potential, the team thought Carlton Cole just sat to the right because he thought, I'm not going to get any of this smoke. It's going to go at the team. Mourinho instantly drags him out. You need to decide what kind of a player you are. Do you want to be the party boy or do you, similar to a Dele Alli, like he did on the Amazon Prime documentary? Now, here's the thing with Mourinho is, like I said, if he presses your button and you react to it, he's got you. And it's unbelievable man management. There's a line. And he goes over it far too much. And this is Mourinho's problem, is he's not learnt to adapt. So, for example, you look at Fergie. Fergie knew how to press buttons like you wouldn't see.
Yeah.
For example, a certain Ryan Giggs, a certain Nemanja Vidic, a Patrice Evra, a Nani couldn't quite take the screaming at you. A Wayne Rooney could.
Yes.
But a Wayne Rooney could communicate to you to get Fergie's point across.
Yeah.
So if I'm fit, I go straight to Rooney because I know it's going to go to Nani.
Yeah.
And
he said that.
Yeah,
he said
and
that.
he knew how to operate the changing room. Issue is with Mourinho, like I said, it's outdated. He's struggling, and you can tell he's struggling. But the reason why Ndombele's worked because he drawn him out in the media. He criticised him heavily, and Ndombele came back from that. So he realised he's mentally strong here, and I've got him. And to me, that's good man management. But then you look at the Dele Alli situation. He tries to do the same thing. Dele Alli's not that kind of player.
That's what
Dele Alli needs the arm around the shoulder.
You have to know people's characters.
Dele Alli needs you're the best. You can play at the best. You are unbelievable. Dele Alli needs that kind of conversation. Mourinho is cold like that. So it's like, for example, we've had Chris Kirkland on and he talks about the Benitez and Gerrard situation.
Yeah.
The whole reason why Gerrard nearly left Chelsea was because he went from having a father figure in Gerrard Houllier, who was
Liverpool.
Yeah. So nearly left Liverpool. It was because he had the father figure in Gerrard Houllier would put his arm around him, would tell him how great he was, and then he had the cold Rafa Benitez because he knew how to get. Although it was his best football under Benitez, he hated it because he wasn't loved and he didn't feel wanted, and that's why he nearly went to Chelsea. And this is the thing. It's like, and this is why Dele Alli's wanting his way out. Dele Alli is an unbelievable talent. Jesse Lingard's exactly the same. He is an unbelievable talent. Why did they not thrive under Jose Mourinho? Because of a similar type of player. And it's no coincidence that these similar types of players don't thrive under Mourinho. It's crazy to me, and he's getting away with it time and time again. Yes, he's one of the greatest ever Premier League managers. Yes, he was a phenomenon when he came in. Yes, he was groundbreaking. Yes, his press conferences were absolutely unbelievable. We're in 2021 now. We're not talking 2005 Jose Mourinho. This is 16 years later. And he's still doing the same mistakes. If this is Luke Shaw, for example, who we drawn out time after time, by the way, and he makes the same mistake time after time after time. There's fundamental problems there. Yeah. This is the problem with Mourinho. Yeah. You're going away to Brighton, who, let's be honest, they are losing one or two key players away from a relegation battle.
Actually,
you
literally
are Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. Look at your starting 11. Look at your squad. Look at how much that's cost. And you're setting up defensively away at Brighton. You do that at Anfield in a title race because you can't afford to lose the game. You don't do that at Brighton. Yeah.
And that's him. He sets up the same. Like I say, defensively. JV mentioned it, the home game to Fulham. Why you got two holding midfielders and a defensive midfielder playing on the right wing at home to Fulham, who are battling relegation?
I honestly think what he's doing right now, you know what? 1 second, I'll go to this point. Because I even seen him say something the other day and I was like, you actually know what you're doing, no?
Go on.
He said, I have to hold myself back. I can't be like other managers and this and that when I'm talking about certain things. And I'm like, that's me. That's saying to me that you know how damaging you can be.
Yeah.
You know that.
Because you've seen it. That's why.
You know what I mean? It's like I even if I remember rightly, he was trying to say, this is a new Jose, you know. And I'm like, no, you can't. You don't just turn around and you're new. You're just brand new. You know what I'm saying? If you've got certain bad ways about you in life, they're going to shine through. And he's certainly got certain bad ways when it comes to players and even people, because he seems to you have to remember, he even alienated his backroom staff when he was at United. They even got off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I think he left, what's his name?
Rui Ferreira.
And it's kind of saying,
he's been with him since
the jump.
Yeah. But then,
like, he's his day one. That's Buster Rhymes' split star.
You know what I'm saying?
Day one.
So this is what I'm saying. He's one of them now where you really look at Mourinho. It's like, what can you do now if you don't get this right at Tottenham?
International management. I've said this.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Because he's only with him for 2 weeks. He can't know him that much.
No, but if he has a tournament,
he's
with him for too long.
You reckon 2 weeks is too long?
I severely think if he was at a World Cup,
2 weeks is too long,
with players, he would neg them out in some sort. He would have some sort of negative impact on them. I don't think he would be able to hold it together for that long.
I reckon, you know what? Because of the football he plays, and because he's only with him for a short space of time, I think it suits him.
Yeah, but
then, you reckon in 2 weeks they can't even last 2 weeks?
I don't think he could because this. All right, then.
Go on.
If he takes over an international team that is an attacking team,
at Brazil.
This is why I don't think.
This is where there's issues. It depends on the
team. Portugal suits him.
Perfect.
Yes. Portugal works.
No.
You don't think Portugal works? Why?
No.
Because of who?
Because of Ronaldo.
There's issues.
There's issues, but they've had success. I think over a 2 week period, even though he's had issues with him, the successful period, I think it could work.
You know what it is with him now?
Because I think Ronaldo is one of them, even though he's an attacking player. He was a part of that Euro team that won it. they didn't play attacking football.
know,
He's not
but-
complaining because he understands what it is, and he gets a free roll. Go on.
But if you look at that Portugal team now,
Yeah, it's a bit
that's
more.
super
You
attacking.
got Bernardo Silva, you got Bruno, you got
João
obviously
Felix.
Ronaldo, João Felix.
Do you
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm
hear you.
saying?
All right, maybe
That-
Portugal's a bad one, but yeah.
That team now is not
Yeah.
playing they're not playing a 5-3-2.
Yeah,
you
you're
know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, no, you spot on. I was wrong.
Do you get what
about
I'm
that.
saying?
You're spot on.
No, you was right, because if it
Yeah.
was that team,
Yeah, that
And it
one.
was
That's what I was
still-
thinking.
you know what I'm
Here's
saying?
one.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Go on.
Belgium.
I don't know, because theirs is even though they play that formation, I'd say theirs is very attacking.
You know what? Because he's
They-
got Lukaku there. He's managed
And that's
Hazard.
exactly why I mentioned.
Yeah.
Because he's
got
managed
like-
Courtois, he's managed Alderweireld, he's managed Lukaku, he's managed Hazard. He
Yes.
knows that he can trust them 4 players
Yeah.
specifically, and the system that they play would suit him.
Belgium is
I don't
this.
know,
And here's the
because
thing is, you know why I
whatever-
say that? Because if Mourinho had, like, you don't at Spurs have unlimited funds, they're the type of players he's going for. He's going for a Courtois. He's going for the players in their peak. Like, people call it the Belgium golden generation. That's perfect for him.
You know
And
what?
to
if
me.
you look at the midfield, it's workmanlike.
Yeah,
one
your
reason why I'd say
Witzels,
one reason
There
why
you
I'd say
go.
it might
Fellaini,
not
who we
work.
loved.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, go on.
This is where you have to understand.
Go on.
Belgium play like the certain man who play wing back for Belgium, and
Yeah.
they're not really wing back. So they play Carrasco wing back. This guy will play Vertonghen on the wing back. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You mad that you think Mourinho's playing wingbacks?
Bro, nah, because I'm saying that's
Yeah,
their.
I'm
They play
joking.
the. You know what I'm saying?
I
They
get
play
what
the
you're saying,
3-5-2.
yeah.
But I'm telling you now, he would make it too defensive.
Yeah.
He would
But-
have it. He would
but-
have it probably where the only attacking players.
It's Hazard, Lukaku, De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And you know what the
everyone
thing
else
is?
would be-
That's good enough to, in a 2-week period,
in
to
a
win you a
tournament.
tournament. Yeah.
I don't know, because I think
You
these
don't think so?
players.
Go on.
What I'm trying to say is it's
Go
the
on.
impact of his football.
Yeah,
See,
his
like
football's
now
not the best.
Belgium's football is very flowing. It's attacking. Even though these men are wing backs, like that who's normally plays right with that Moynier or Castagna, I think it
Yeah.
is. They're very attacking. He wouldn't allow them to do that. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I hear
This
you.
is why I'm saying he would have to get,
Mm.
I think, a small team
Mm.
where he'd be able to reinvent them.
Or someone who's not the favourites.
Like a
Similar to how
Yes.
Portugal won it when they won it, even
Like
though
a
they had
Croatia,
players.
something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Croatia,
I don't think he the same way he doesn't get the top caliber club team. I don't
Yeah.
think he gets a top. He doesn't get a top caliber
I hear
national
you.
team
Maybe.
because people will look at what he's done. If you really look at
Go on.
Chelsea, United, and now Tottenham, if that's a third, we'll call Tottenham a big team for the sake
Yeah.
of the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, no disrespect to Tottenham fans. You understand what I'm saying? For the sake of the argument, he would do the same with a national team. If you can fail with those 3 type of teams and those players, what you have,
Mm.
because let's not get it twisted. This Tottenham team is the best Tottenham team that you're probably going to see for a very long time. That we have seen for a very long time.
Inherited, yeah.
Do you know
Him
what
and
I'm saying?
yeah. For the sake of the argument, yeah, we'll say
Squad-wise,
yeah, yeah.
Squad wise,
Squad wise, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
not playing the best, but I
Okay.
say squad wise.
Oh, definitely not playing the best.
Yeah, not playing the best. But why is that?
Mm.
Because he's there. But you get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. If he doesn't make something good of this Tottenham situation, I honestly think his level will be like
And that is the only thing that's the saving grace
Olympiacos and them,
with
man.
him.
I honestly
What
think
the only the thing is that can save him with Spurs is him winning the League Cup.
Here's the question.
He's one of them. If you want a trophy at all costs, which Spurs wanted, because Spurs haven't
in a
won a trophy
final.
now, they're in a final. That's what it is. I think Levy's smart enough to know that. I think certain Spurs fans know that. I think we knew it was going to end in ties. We know at
We
the
said
honeymoon
this.
period, but we said this. All right, he'll win you a League Cup, and he's good enough to
Well,
win the lesser trophies.
But
Go on,
here's
Stro.
a question, right? France in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Would you say they played attacking?
No, I wouldn't say they played attacking. They literally played 4-2-3-1.
I'd
Pogba
say
was
it
deep.
was.
They played Giroud, you get me, up top, who didn't have a shot, I think, on target in the whole tournament.
And this
They
comes
played
on-
Matuidi
and
from the
this
right.
comes
They
on
played
to the
Matuidi
point-
left.
And this
You
comes
got a
on to
point.
the point
If
that
you
I'm
look
trying to
at
make.
if you look at the this is what I'm trying to say though.
Mm.
I know what you're saying.
Mm.
If you look at how they then played Griezmann and Mbappe,
Yeah.
he wouldn't allow them to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Griezmann, no, I think he'll always give leeway to one of his players, and I think Mbappe is someone who in that because that is I'm trying to think, yeah, because Deschamps is very pragmatic, so yeah, I think he
So
would.
this
I don't,
is-
maybe not Griezmann, but Mbappe, yeah,
Yes, so this
and
is
he'd love Giroud.
so this is why I'm
Yeah.
saying, for example, a French team, a Belgian team, he would give grace to one of them, but he knows he could get something out of Lukaku,
Yeah,
a Giroud kind of performance in a World Cup. He would get that work rate from Hazard because he knows him, because he knows how to press his button specifically. The only one he's not managed is De Bruyne, and he would be the one he'd give the leeway to.
Possibly, it is
So this
possible.
is why I'm saying. So international management from Mourinho depends on the team. You can't put him in a Spain.
Nah, no
Wouldn't
chance.
work. You can't
No
put him in
chance.
Brazil. Imagine
You know
him
where? All
trying
right,
to
then.
manage
Do you know
Neymar.
where would be absolutely perfect for him?
Go on.
Uruguay.
Someone like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're
Because of the
super
workhorse,
workers.
yeah.
Like their whole midfield is they play like 4 centre midfielders, bro. Like they play 4 centre midfielders, and they're all just on a madness all match. And then he has his Suarez and Cavani or whoever you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's probably the only a Paraguay, a
Yeah.
Chile. These are the teams who
Oh,
can
definitely.
South American
South
teams,
American who have that.
apart from Brazil.
Yeah, have that nastiness
Colombia.
to them. Yeah, they
know
have
what I'm
that
saying?
nastiness to them and that
Yes.
workman. Like
That's his-
they do
that's
have a
his
little
fuel.
bit of flair, but yeah.
Yeah, because he could press their buttons and get.
Yeah.
a
I don't
reaction out of
think
him like you didn't see.
Europeans would be because they know what he's about. Man would be like, nah, so-and-so told me about you. You know what I'm saying?
He did. Chronic says Stro, he did manage De Bruyne. If he did, where did he manage De Bruyne?
Oh, yeah,
Chelsea.
No, well, come on,
But yeah, you know what we're talking
what I'm
about,
saying,
Chronic.
though,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
actually,
it's a
like,
joke.
De Bruyne at this point. in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
career.
You're talking about Kevin De Bruyne.
But there's
not
the thing,
that
though.
one.
There's the thing, no. No, honestly, look at that then. Does De Bruyne want him then?
I think if you have them, to me, I'm looking at it like if I'm a Belgian player, I'm like, I want a World Cup or European Championship at all
And
costs.
more to the point,
He will, to me, he's one of our, he has a very good chance of delivering it. So I'd stomach it for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks to win a trophy.
and if you're De Bruyne, this is, I'm about to prove something to you right now.
Yeah. If you have that chip on your shoulder, you could. I would. That's
I
me.
would.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I don't think
De Bruyne
De
is-
Bruyne does not need to have a chip on his shoulder over Mourinho.
No.
He's
Not have a
proved
chip on
himself.
his shoulder, but in terms of, I'm going to prove it to you. And also, I want to win a World Cup. Let's do this. Because that puts that, if De Bruyne wins a World Cup, that raises his whole level and his whole legacy.
And then that brings into question his whole Chelsea career, because then it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, he got you a World Cup, but you
Yeah.
let him go for Chelsea and you were playing certain.
But
Well,
then-
do you know what I
alright then.
mean?
Go on.
I don't know. I honestly just don't. I honestly think he.
I think you're on point though with the South
Yeah, so
American
do
thing,
I, so
minus
do
the
I,
minus the
100%.
Brazil, Argentina.
Every
Yes,
other
that's
South
his-
American,
that's his- that screams
Uruguay
it.
is the perfect
That's-
Oh yeah, with
screams
them
it.
man. Who's the Uruguayan centre back? What's his name? Oh,
Godin.
Godin. That's
and
it.
then
It's
Jimenez,
the perfect thing.
Jimenez.
Oh
Jimenez.
my God, Godin and Jimenez.
With Cavani and Suarez in them.
Yeah, and that Bentancur from Juventus. It's all just ugly. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, it is. But yo, big ups to Kiwi says like the video. Yes, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like the video and subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube.
One second,
Also, go on. Which one?
Comment there,
This one.
John Kai.
Big up, John, watching all the way from Singapore and that. Guys, Jose hasn't
Hey.
got backing from the board, though. The board is the problem for us because they gave our manager second or third choice option. So he's a Spurs fan. So he's talking about Spurs there.
I wouldn't say he's not been backed because he brought in a lot of players.
Yeah, he might not have been backed properly. That's what I would say. I don't think he's been
Well,
backed.
all right, but
He's not been backed.
this now backs up my argument
Yeah, go on.
because these man you're trying to get, do they want you?
True.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can't get top caliber no more.
You're not Mourinho.
If he
like
if he
before.
comes to a club and the top caliber's there, i.e. Kane and Son,
Yeah.
maybe. But I don't. All right, now I'll put it to you like this: if he goes to Tottenham
Yeah.
and he needs to buy someone, he's not getting a Kane.
Yeah,
not
He's
getting
not
a Son.
getting a Son.
Yeah, he's not.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So because you're going to look at the football and be like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I ain't doing this.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're not.
It's more to the point. Why would they make that move?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I wouldn't. If I'm an attacking player, I wouldn't play under Mourinho. As a 6, which I am, perfect.
Yeah,
As a
You know what I'm saying?
centre-back.
If
Yeah,
you're-
as a 6, yeah.
If you're a Højbjerg, you're like, all day I'm going to.
As a 6, yeah.
Yo,
But
after
you say
this-
he wants work rate. I don't work that hard, so maybe not.
After this, Højbjerg's going somewhere good. Højbjerg will go probably end up back at Bayern or something
Like
like,
a
that.
PSG.
I bet
You
he's
get what I'm
gonna go to a club
Yeah,
above
yeah.
the level
Yes,
above.
you know
But
what
yeah,
I'm saying?
onto them losing against Brighton. This is an interesting topic. This is from a third eye view on Pi Radio, people. So we're just here watching the highlights and yeah, why they set up in the manner in which they did. It's crazy. I don't understand it. I
Yeah,
don't
one
get
thing as well. When man were telling me that this Roden kid would be good enough for Mourinho, and I'm not got nothing against the kid, but you can't bring in inexperienced people and then throw them in the fire like that.
And especially next to someone who's not playing their position.
Yeah,
He's
it's
not
not,
even
like
playing.
it's not like he's all right. Then it's not like he's playing in a back three with Alderweireld and Vertonghen.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, okay, you can learn your trade.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're literally playing with a holding midfielder
He's
in there.
literally playing with a man who's playing at centre back who
Hmm.
can't tackle in defensive
Yeah,
end.
and it's like, and for those that are going to come out with a comment, well, Alderweireld was playing, he's a shell of himself.
Yeah,
now
he's not. That's
because
not Alderweireld.
Yeah.
This is not Alderweireld in his prime. Like,
Good goal by
yeah,
Brian as well.
Very good
but
goal.
He was a good goal. Good move.
Oh,
He's
Good.
Belgian
It's,
as well.
it's just defensive errors all over this goal. It is a joke.
All right, go on, Stro. Break it down.
All right.
Real of it is.
Rewind it.
Yeah. Give me a second. Get on that. Get on my MNF.
Keep
You
rewinding
know
it.
what? Just
No,
on a
no,
quick
it's the
side
other
note, I was speaking to my mum
Keep going.
last week. She
Yeah.
said it was funny when we were doing our Monday Night Football last week.
Hey, salute to JV's
Right.
mum. Nothing but love to you.
Right, so
Go on.
stop it here.
Yeah.
Right, you've got it's a 3-on-2.
Yeah.
Onto the right hand side. So you've got I think it's Davis that comes out to it. Who's that?
I think that's Bale.
I think that's Bale, and then who's the defensive midfielder? Yeah.
I
Højbjerg.
think that's what
Right.
yeah.
Look at the centre back just to the left of the other one. Him. Who's that?
Oh, is that
Sanchez.
Sanchez. Who's the middle one?
I'm not sure.
Who's the other one? It's the other one I've got the problem with.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
That looks like
Alderweireld.
Alderweireld. Yeah, let's just say it's Alderweireld
Body positioning.
Yeah.
Terrible.
because he's looking the other
Yeah.
way.
Right, so play it on a set.
Similar to
Yeah.
last time.
Stop it here.
Yeah.
There's 4 people in that area where the ball eventually ends up getting slipped into, yeah?
Well,
Play it on. So the ball goes back. 2 of them ball watching. He's just left the man. So you were super critical of Luke Shaw. Here's the issue. Alderweireld's now in a position where he's far too in.
what here you talking
Yeah.
about? Okay.
Yeah.
If he comes 5 yards,
He's literally in the channel.
if he's in that channel,
Ah,
he
here you're
intercepts
talking
that ball.
about.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
So,
so-
where's God there?
Yeah, so stop there. So now look, now he's reacting, and this is the problem, right? Is wingers these days are tricky, and at times they will get the run on you. Now,
Yeah.
as a defensive, you're part of a unit.
Yeah.
You can stop this from happening. This is why I was so critical of Lindelof last week.
Yeah. Rightfully, like I learned something new.
So like I said, Shaw makes the mistake initially last
Yeah.
week, but Lindelof can stop that. Ben Davies makes a mistake there by letting him run. But Alderweireld's positioning and his body positioning is terrible, and he can stop that from happening. So if you rewind it back just a little bit again to before the ball's played into the actual position. So everyone comes in, right? Look, as you see, he goes, stop now. Look at why is Alderweireld that far in? Because look, if you look, Sissoko's got the man and Rodin's got the man.
Ah, so you're saying this centre back here should be out here, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That centre back needs to be
Mm.
about.
Because that's their back. That's literally because and he
Even
played a
if you say- even if you
3-5-2
say-
because there's a 3 centre backs and then the 2 wing backs. Okay, all right.
Because
I'll just
let
make
me
it sure.
come around. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Go on.
He needs to be there
He needs to be halfway in between where he is
Yeah.
now and where the actual
because
attacker is.
because if you look when the ball's played, if Alderweireld it's his left at this point, is 5 yards to his left. When that ball gets slipped in, he then can't manipulate and play the ball back to the left. What he then can do is he can show him down the line, and you can probably tackle him. They don't get the goal from it. It's poor defensively from a ultra defensive team as it is. It's criminal. I mean, look at his position there. Not only that, all of them have then just left the men and just ball watching and just gone back to the goal, and that's where the goal comes from. It's a defensive. It's a defensive mistake.
There, literally the man that scores the goal is the only option on. He's the only guy who can score that goal at that
But
point.
the man that scores the goal was marked initially in the move
Yeah, and now he's
by
just,
both Sissoko and
know.
Finger, and they just leave him. It's criminal from Tottenham. It is,
and like you said, from a
poor
team
goal
who's
to concede.
from a team who's defensive as well. That's the crazy part.
But I mean,
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
crazy part.
here's the thing what I always said about when he was with us. Sometimes it's like he'd set out defensive for the sake of setting out defensive. We wouldn't actually be any more defensively secure. Do you know what I mean? So and that's
You
what
might
he's
as well
doing
go
there.
for it. Yeah,
He's setting
yeah.
out defensive. Yeah, you might as well go for it.
You might as well go for
He's
it.
setting
I
out
mean-
so defensive, but he's not doing nothing for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've got
look
3
at-
centre backs on and 2 players. No, you literally got a back 5 there.
Yeah, it's a
and
back
2
five.
players have just breached it like
Yeah.
that.
And this is the point. If you look at Liverpool 13-14, we didn't have a defense, but we went for it. We
Yeah,
finished
just go for
second.
it. I've said this though. Whatever your strongest point of your team is, you go for it. Like to me, Spurs is attacking players. You get me? They've got Ndembele, they have Son, they have Kane, they have Bergwijn, they have Bale, Mora. Like your
Dele
attacking
Alli,
options,
if you want to use
yeah,
them.
is the stronger part of your team. That's why I'm critical of Ollie United. But you're defensive, but our attack's better.
Yeah.
Just attack. Whereas if your defense was better and your attack's not so good, it makes sense you being a bit more pragmatic.
Look at Leeds.
Example, yes, exactly. Leeds are great. Go for it. Because if
And
they
then-
were all safe, they probably are not mid-table right now. They're probably in a
Exactly.
relegation battle.
Exactly.
But simply because Bielsa's like, you know what? Let's just go for it. We'll probably lose more than we win, but it's better than just getting beat and trying to be defensive.
Because Leeds, so sorry to just
Yeah,
go
cool.
off for a second, but Leeds' whole thing this season was to stay up. They
Yes.
are now in a position where they will stay up, which
Yeah.
now means that they can adapt the way that they play slightly and they can bring in better players.
Mm.
I mean, it's criminal defending from Tottenham time after time.
Yeah, it really is. These clips are, yeah.
How was he getting a free shot there?
With inside the 6-yard box.
Because this is the problem. And you can
Yeah,
it's baffling to me because you're setting them up ultra defensive.
It's getting breached very simply.
They're mentally exhausted.
That you see that pass there. That's not one of them, like, you know, when we see De Bruyne do it, and
cross.
it like whips and it goes through one man's legs around this guy. You're like, whoa, that's he's just swung his leg at that.
Yeah.
That player just swung his leg at that.
Mm-hmm.
He got it in the mix.
Yeah, he put it in the mixer. Yeah. Put it in the
mixer.
Yeah.
And then you look at this kid here, I kind of feel sorry for this kid.
Oh, Vinicius.
Yeah, because you see when this kid is playing where he's playing in Benfica, he's looking like the next big thing.
And then he comes.
And you come to someone like Jose Mourinho, so you're thinking, you know what? I'm Brazilian. This guy's Portuguese. We at least got the language thing.
That's a great block on the line, though.
Yeah, but why is it taking a last ditch? Like, look at it. It's poor.
I'm guessing they're going for it though.
That guy looks tired. Whoever that was, brother, there. This brother, is that rolled on? See, he's always getting rolled on, man. Yeah, he's always getting rolled on. You know what I'm saying? He looks hella tired.
Was he defending for 90 minutes? That's why.
No.
Kick it long and defend.
This is what I'm saying. Why is he defending for 90 minutes as the so-called bigger team with more defenders on the field? Surely. See, this is what this is where the whole, for me, the 3-5-2 thing has been distorted, or the playing defensive thing has been distorted. For me, you play defensive when you know the other team has a better attack, but you're still going to attack.
Yes, definitely.
You still have some sort of mindset where you're going to like counter.
Yo, and we've had all the stars jumping in the studio while we're on air. Big Esther, Boss Fans in the building. Sophie was here.
Fresh trim and that.
That fresh cut. He did follow all safety measures as well, people.
Yeah.
Salt is following all lockdown measures. Just to let people know, that's what it is. Just to let people know. Yeah, 25 a trim, you know. All right. Okay, but yes. Moving on to, you know what, Stro, you can pick what game do you want to go to. I was going to go here. All right, we'll go here then. Leicester 1, Leeds 3.
Yeah,
first and foremost, I watched the game. Very good game.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
I thought.
And again, I know I always bring this back, but when people, the reason again why I'm so critical of United and Ollie is when I see the attacking players we have, and then I watch Leicester and Leeds who don't have the caliber of players attack and create chances and have moments. I'm like, why can't my team do that?
It was a very good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's almost like a throwback Premier League.
I didn't know who wanted to, because obviously if Leicester would have won, they would have overtook United, but then I'd never want to see Leeds win. So I was kind of in.
I'm not bothered about Leeds.
Yeah, I am. You know why? You know, they did us a favor, but you know why I'm bothered about Leeds, yeah? Let Leeds become half decent good. Leeds fans are going to pop up out of the woodwork. I'm telling you.
I will tell you now, if any Leeds fans pop up, you're getting shelled. I got my people in, you know what? Shout out the people in Leeds.
They can get, no, listen, fam, though. They can get shelled. I'm not saying they can't. Anyone can get it. You know what we like. We flame everybody. I'm just saying, this is why, even now they're quiet, I jump on them. This is why every one of our rivals I jump on, because I know if they had any ammunition, they're shooting. So that's why I'm shooting. You might be in the grave, I'm shooting you in the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking theoretical here, people. But yeah, like it's like So that's why I am the way I am.
Please,
go on.
For those of you that are watching, go back and watch previous shows where we talked about Leeds. I've said this time and time again. Leeds will get beat, but they will beat big teams. In the top 4, top 6 decisively.
Okay.
They picked Leicester apart in this game. Make no mistake about it. They were by far the better team, even after conceding first. Leeds, under Bielsa.
He's good. You know what?
That's a good goal, Harvey Barnes you're talking
about. This Harvey Barnes, I will say to you now, he's one of the most improved Premier League players over the past year or so.
I've seen this before, though, with Brendan Rodgers.
He's literally looked like... You know what he look. You know when he's one of them. He look like, oh yeah, he's got something about him. Yeah. But then he's like starts doing it more regularly. You're like, there's a player in.
That's a very good goal as well. Both them 2 opening goals are very good goals.
Harvey Barnes, I've seen this before. A certain Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, that is
under Brendan Rodgers.
Like coming of age.
There's no mistake. There's no coincidence to me. I knew the second when you seen Harvey Barnes get it's a fantastic goal. It really is.
Even the assist then, the weight on the pass, so he can shoot first time. You know them ones.
People underestimate how good of a footballer Patrick Bamford is. He's not the quickest. He's not the most mobile. He's not the strongest. But his footballing brain and his footballing IQ is superior to many, many people in the Premier League.
That kid there as well, Fofana.
I know, he looks like a baller. Yeah, he's played well for them.
Another French centre back.
Is he? I had no idea. He's French. He's French as well.
French as well,
Yo,
bro.
what is the? And is he from what is it called? Is it
Clairefontaine. Probably,
Clairefontaine.
bro. Probably, bro.
Yeah,
You know what it is? They've probably got a next one now.
Yeah, what is going? You know what? Whoever United, if you're listening to this scout, you just need to go pitch up at Clairefontaine.
Yeah.
Because that is a conveyor belt of talent.
Yeah.
Whatever they are doing, you need to follow everything from the field down to the procedure.
Seriously.
Whatever. Build an
For them-
English
all
one.
right then, I'll just put it to you like this. In 1 year, yeah, for them to produce, check this.
Go on.
Henri Trezeguet and El Casaha.
That's mad, you know. That's mad, you know.
Come on, fam. Talk to me.
That's mad.
Like,
And
within,
there's an
no,
old
no,
school,
not 1 year, within a few years.
yeah,
You know
but there's
what
an
I'm
old school picture of Anelka, Trezeguet, and who's the other one, and Henri all together, and I'm like, that's mad, you know.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
mad, yo.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Trent.
That doesn't even make sense, does
It
it?
makes
Like
no
when you
sense.
think about it, it's like, huh?
Look at their centre back options. For you got Fofana now coming. You hear me? You got Varane,
Upamecano,
you got Upamecano,
Koundé.
Laporte.
What's the other one? Kanate. Well,
mad.
apparently he's up for sale now, Kanate.
Yeah.
Well, both of them, Kanate and Upamecano.
Okay.
Bayern Munich are
Bayern Munich.
in probably, I'm hearing, can they get him for as cheap as 38 mil?
38 mil. That's got to be worth the gamble.
So it's well,
Go on.
That's
so
not,
it's,
it's not even a gamble.
so it's Bayern Munich, Chelsea, and Liverpool who were in for Upamecano, according to Bayern Munich CEO. Now
Yeah.
Liverpool are very interested in Kanate. Now, speaking on Leicester, Liverpool have just signed a player from Preston, which you're thinking Preston doesn't mean anything. Leicester were going to get him to replace Johnny Evans. This kid has got a bag full of potential. So the fact that we've managed to pull this off, I'm very happy, because you look at Leicester's recruitment over the past couple of years, it's up there with Liverpool's recruitment.
Yeah, Leicester. I've said this for a while. Leicester. It's like, all right, then how do you replace?
What a finish this is!
How do you replace?
That's quality, and that is
How do you
quality.
replace Kante with Ndidi, bro? Like, that's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yes.
I mean, you really
Harry
deep
Maguire
in-
was saying,
Yeah, too.
know
And you
what I'm
don't really
saying?
see the difference, but again, that's good scouting, good system, good planning.
Chilwell with Castagna.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you bring in a Fofana and a James Justin who can play left back. I'm sorry.
I think that James Justin.
That finish, sorry to cut you off. I have to give credit. That is a top. That is
But
top
he's
notch.
always had that.
Yeah,
his
that's
finishing.
top-notch.
His finishing has never been
in
a
question.
problem. Yeah.
That's top notch.
No,
Like
just
I
not-
gotta rewind that. Sorry,
yeah,
because
but-
that is that good.
Rewind it.
This is quick. Like as if, like
For it to be his first touch as well. He's not even. He's
I
not
put it
even
this way:
set it.
if he doesn't score
but
that,
look, he's not looked once at the goal.
That's mad,
goal.
you know.
Goal. That's
That's
that proper number
Nine
9
stuff, yeah.
Pause it.
You get what I'm saying?
Pause it. What you're about to see, apart from Liverpool's one, is one of the best counter-attacking goals you'll see all season. And I'll tell you why. Patrick Bamford, for those of you who don't know, when he goes through, he's on 99 Leeds goals or career goals, something along those lines. 99!
Yeah.
He's clear.
Yeah.
He can score. Watch what he does.
I've seen it. Yeah. Ironically, my mum said that. Like, oh, that was nice of him to pass. That's what my mum said about Bamford passing it. I'm like, yeah, because he knows. You know what I'm saying? Unselfish, man. I respect that.
Because under Bielsa, you have to be a team player.
Mm.
And he says it in the interview as well. There's no egos, no dressing rooms in
It's
harmony.
the counter attack. Yeah.
See that from there? It looks like they're not even getting.
Yeah, they're not.
going
But then
nowhere.
that pass, those two passes are key.
Look,
Out.
he's clear.
Yeah.
Clear. He can
Yeah.
do anything. Unbelievable.
You know what it is as well, though. You see why he has to pass that.
Go on.
You're 2-1.
Yeah.
You're 2-1 up. You're at one of the underdogs of the season. We all know what Leicester can do. 2-1's an ugly scoreline, isn't it?
Yes.
It's literally, you can get a goal scored on you and then you can get another one like that. And, you know what I mean? So if he doesn't do that and the result goes another way, it's on him. That basically wraps up that victory. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That seals the points. So they're the type of things where that's how you earn your corn as a big player.
Definitely.
For me, there's a lot of big players who don't, in them situations, wanted to even think about passing it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, the same man. We would have played Saturday League, Sunday League. Who if you're the player who scored the goal and you're running down, certain players ain't passing it.
You stop running.
Yeah, the same man. You stop running. The same.
I'm going to make a prediction. And I'm not saying he's going to get into the Euros.
Go on.
I expect to see Patrick Bamford in England squad in the next year.
The only reason why I'm going to say I don't know about that, not because I don't think Patrick Bamford good, it's just that England have a lot of talent in attacking options. A lot of talent.
They do, but I'm talking specifically. If you look at what Kane does for England,
You reckon Southgate is going to try and get
Patrick
Bamford to
will do
replicate
something
that?
very, very similar. And like I said, I'm not talking that he's going to get into the
Complete side note.
Euros squad and stuff like that.
What's that? Does Kane make England's front three?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of
Would you?
because of what
Because no, that's my point. Is would you play him? Because I'm looking at it like I rate Kane. I've said this, but I prefer pace and movement. I'm looking at a Sterling, say for instance, the Sterling, Rashford, Sancho front three. Like when England, it was the UEFA Nations League when England destroyed Spain in that first half and they went 3-0 up.
The only reason I think we won't see that front three, even though as much as I love it, because there's no certified focal point. I think if this is a season where Sterling is on a 20-goal season, I think we see it. I think because we know about Rashford's shortcomings as a centre forward.
Yeah, he's not a centre forward.
We know Sterling's not on fire this season. And to be honest, I think Sancho could actually do that job, but because he's quite skillful and he's not really what Sancho's one of them who, if he gets the opportunity, he'll just take it around a goalkeeper if he can, you know what I mean, type of thing. So I don't think we'll see it, but I would love to. But that's why I also don't think we'd see Bamford. Maybe because the spoiled, like someone like a Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, I forgot about Calvert-Lewin.
Ings, you know what I mean?
But who else did we see in the England squad?
Go on.
When he was at Bournemouth.
Who was it?
Callum Wilson. Yeah.
And you're not telling me that Callum Wilson has had anywhere as good as a.
He should not be in the England squad, but exactly.
This is why I'm telling you. We will see Patrick Bamford in the England squad at some point. Because
and I think,
look at what Bamford's doing at Leeds. It's a similar system to what England are playing. They played a 3 at the back. It will suit Patrick Bamford.
And England, they could back that up with Foden and Grealish. That's mad.
And this is the point.
That Foden and Grealish supplying Sancho, Sterling, and one other.
Like actual UEFA Nations League.
I think that kid gets a shout. I think that kid's got more of a shout.
Who?
Barnes. I think
Barnes will be in there. 100%.
I think Harvey Barnes will be in there.
England really do have a lot of options to pick from, and attacking options.
They've got hella right backs as well.
When I say in England squad, I'm not talking, for example, Nations League. I'm talking like you will see him
in a friendly.
He will play for England.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he'll test him out.
Yeah, this is what I mean. 100%. Same. Like I made this prediction with Matty Cash, and I know for a fact it will happen.
I hear that. But okay, speaking of this, because obviously we did a long talk on Lampard being sacked by Chelsea next week, and obviously Thomas Tuchel has took over, got his first win. Obviously they drew at home to Wolves, and I watched that game because I was on the watching on with Carefree Lewis. Shout out to Carefree Lewis. And even though Chelsea didn't win the game, they were much better because I watched Chelsea against Fulham under Lampard, and they were awful. That the football was bad, but you could see what Tuchel was trying to do, and that's why I say systems are important. And it's like Tuchel's been there 3 days, and you can already see the impact he's had. Again, this is why I'm critical of a certain Norwegian in Manchester, but I just have to keep bringing it up so people understand why I'm so critical. Tuchel's not been here a full week. Probably we were talking languages, probably doesn't speak the same language as all of the players, but yet he can get his message across. And Chelsea already look better. But yeah, they managed to beat Burnley, goals from Aspilicueta and Alonso. It's good to see Callum Hudson-Odoi playing as well, though.
Right. See, this is where this is one of my things where I was so critical of Lampard, and I said it. This kid, all right then. Bayern Munich don't want to buy you when they have the wingers what they have
for no reason.
If you're not good enough, you're shooing people out onto the wings who are not wingers. I think it was even it might have been the Tuchel's first match, or it might have been it was Lampard's last match. What was it? Well, there was a goal that they scored, and everything just came through him down the left. He literally 1-2'd it with one man, 1-2'd it with another, 1-2'd it again, and slid it across, and it was a goal. And I was like, he could do that for you every week, and you don't give him a chance. I actually feel sorry for this guy. All banter aside, I feel sorry for Werner. I actually do.
Right, go on. All banter aside, why do you feel sorry for him?
Because if he comes in this season, and Tuchel's already the manager, we see the old school Werner.
I hear that.
I think this is a lot of confidence.
It's a good finish by Aspilicueta as well.
Good.
Callum Hudson-Odoi setting it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think that's down to, I think a lot of these players' struggles that Chelsea have had has definitely been down to the manager. And I think that's how the board and everyone have looked at that. That's why they made that decision. Because these are very good players. You have to really understand these aren't like, average players. Like I'd say even someone like, don't get me wrong, Hudson-Odoi is very young. But for me, if you look at what he does as a winger, just look, everything every
direct
goal you've seen has just come through him.
Yeah. All the opportunities. He's a great outlet. He's a great outlet.
Yeah, he's a classic winger.
Why would you? Outlet, but what does he do?
Takes on players and commits players as well.
Yeah, but specifically, he will draw inside. So if you look at Aspilicueta goal, for example, he comes inside and he's running direct. So he's running towards the goal, which then commits players over which then means that when he slips it back onto the outside, Aspilicueta is there on the overlap, and that's where the goal comes from.
See, like,
this is literally looks like it looks like the Callum Hudson-Odoi highlight reel we're watching here. That's what it looks like.
So then, if you look at his manager, Tuchel,
yeah.
Let's look at the types of players who have thrived under him. Yeah, we'll even take it back to Dortmund. Yeah, we'll start with Dortmund. I'm pretty sure that's when Dembele is there. When he has Dembele, is it not?
Yeah, he had Dembele.
He had Dembele. Look at that Dembele season before Thingy bought him. Royce. Do you get what I'm saying? That those type of attacking players, he goes through them. You know what? I seen a funny thingy about this. Someone said
Alonso said someone robbed us.
Yeah.
Someone said whoever made Alonso a left back is a crime to football because that is a quality finish.
But every time I do see him in the opposition box, he does operate as an attacker.
Yeah. He's a wing. He's Jeff
What did Tuchel do, right? So we've discussed this so many times, and I was so critical of Lampard specifically. Yeah. What Tuchel done first and foremost?
Played everyone in the proper positions.
Right. But also
Managing 101.
You know what I mean?
Managing 101.
He's also tweaked the system. Where did you see Alonso play the weekend?
Was he one of the wing backs? So I didn't see his starts. Yeah.
Alonso's the wing back. Which is where you're going to get the best out of him.
Yes.
Aspilicueta is on the other side.
Yeah.
You then play, like I said, you can play a free at the back, but you can be offensive going the other way.
I say, sorry to cut you off. I say this all the time. People act like 3-5-2 can't be an attacking formation. It's crazy to me. No, you could literally have.
It's only in this country. It's not.
Yeah, literally, you could have 3 centre backs and everybody else in the team is an attacking player.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can literally have a 7.
You can play a 3-4-3, for example, where you play Hudson-Odoi one side, you can play a Thingy that side, and even then they're inverted. So then the overlaps come. But this is what I was. So he's also brought experience back into the team. Leaders in the dressing room will have a massive influence, and Aspilicueta and Alonso. Look at the difference.
Title winners.
Look at the difference straight away, which is why Lampard, his time was gone because he lost the dressing room, he lost the experienced players, and this is why I found it so bizarre when you heard certain people coming out and saying, "No, Lampard went too early, etc., etc." We're talking about people who were great at what he did. Right,
because they Lampard fans first and foremost. That's what it is.
I get that, but like, but like he lost the dressing room, and some of the stories are criminal.
Got you, Cam. Got you.
Do you know what I mean? Like some of the stories are absolutely criminal.
Yeah.
Of the way he treats certain players and the certain things that went on in their training and stuff like that. So Tuchel's gone back to basics. Secondly, he's changed the formation.
Yeah.
But he's brought back people in who were hungry because they were left out, and he's got a mixture of new players, experience,
youth.
Exactly, and youth.
Look at Aspilicueta. Like, see, as much as this is where someone like Lampard's going wrong, you're literally leaving out someone who's been at the club from when you was there. You played with him, so this guy right here would be able to understand you better than anyone else and convey your ideas to everyone.
That's crazy because he's me on the pitch. That's like me and you playing in the same team. I then become manager of the club. Why would I not put you in the team?
Exactly.
Knowing that you can get a message across to the players.
I can be like, he's doing this because we used to do this and this got us this. And the man would be like, oh.
Use lot won league titles. Use lot was successful.
So when he did, so when the old manager did this, what he's trying to do now, this got you here. Yeah. Okay, say nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you're bringing, so when you're trying to convey that message now to a Thiago Silva or someone, I'm not saying Thiago Silva's guilty of this. This is just an example. Yeah. Someone who's not played under you and doesn't understand the aspect of what you're actually saying, it kind of goes in one ear and goes out, or it goes in and it's not understood. So then you could give me the best idea of how to do something. If I don't understand it, it's not going to work. Yeah. It's not going to get carried out in the right way. So then you look at Aspilicueta not in. For me, when United used to play Chelsea, for me, Aspilicueta is like one of the top defenders.
He's quality.
He's quality. Yeah. He's one of them people that'd be like, if I see him playing, I'm like, right, whoever's on the wing or whoever's attacking today's got to be on point.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you don't put him in, you're taking 10 years of experience out of the team. Straight away. I don't care if you add in Thiago Silva's in because it's not in this league. Yeah. So you bring in why not have both?
And that goes back to the point is if you bring in someone the experience of Thiago Silva who's won everything he's won, it makes sense to have Aspilicueta because then Aspilicueta is going to tell him certain things to help
Yes.
him. Your experience, I'm experienced. Look, this is how this is different in this league.
Yeah, but
Yes.
more to the point as well is, for example, you can play an Aspilicueta as the third centre back, which they did in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
If you have a Reece James at right wing back,
Yes.
imagine the experience of having him talk you through a game.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
invaluable to someone like
And then
him.
when Reece James likes to bomb like he does,
He can just throw it
Aspilicueta
right back.
he just literally shuffles to the right.
Yeah, literally.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then like I seen Mount didn't. I think is it this game Mount didn't start or was it his first game?
But the first game Mount didn't start.
So he had his ideas about that, and then he brought him back in.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, he was even playing a little different. Do you get what I
go
mean?
on.
So no, it's just like it wasn't very. Like Lampard allowed him a lot of freedom, whereas it's almost like Tuchel had a task for him. You had a job. You had to do this.
Yeah,
You
It was
had a
less of a free role.
specific
Yeah.
system,
Yes.
and you've got a role in that system.
Yes. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you look at Hudson-Odoi. You look at Alonso. So if you really want to deep it, the players who made the impact in these games are the players you've left out.
Exactly.
And this is what I've been saying about that is you have the players
goal
there.
scorers are the people that Lampard just completely left
Yeah.
in the cold.
It's mad. It's
And
mad.
this is why it's great management from Tuchel. He's brought them back in, and they've got a chip on the shoulder. And they've got a point to prove.
Yeah.
New manager, I can get myself. back.
Hey, when when Alonso's banging in volleys like that, that's quality. That you know what I'm saying?
Said with Alonso,
So he's a wing back.
He's a wing back. But when I watch him, I'm like, he's such a goal threat.
Yeah.
I'd even bring him.
You play him
I'd
with a
bring
wing.
him on.
Yeah.
I would bring him on and just tell him
Attack.
attack.
Yeah,
Immediately.
if you bring Giroud on, you bring an Alonso on, because imagine the delivery alone.
Yeah, he's got the you know what
Yeah.
he has? He's got the delivery aspect.
Because he's a good,
to it as
because he's a good set piece taker as well.
well. Yeah, yes. He's
Very
free
good
kicks,
set piece
everything.
taker,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Corners,
He ticks
the
a lot
whole
of
nine.
boxes. So
crosses from
like,
deep,
I'm
everything.
I'm not saying, Bun Chilwell, but if there's certain games where you need another attacker, I would bring on an Alonso for a Chilwell.
Yeah,
Do you know
That makes
what I'm saying?
sense. That makes sense.
It
Yeah,
makes
if you're going
sense.
for it.
If you're going for a game,
Yeah.
get him on. Even though he might not be at wing back, he probably will be because of the game, how the game's going. You're gonna let him attack. Do you get what I mean? So there's certain things where you look at when like Chelsea fans will look at that, they'll be like, Frank, why didn't you just you know what I mean? Why didn't you bring him in?
It's just the inexperience.
Yeah.
It all comes down
No,
to
it is
inexperience.
it's spirit, but I think it is the stubbornness as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as much as you can't tell me those three players shown you nothing while you was there.
No,
No,
but that comes hand in hand. His inexperience and his stubbornness will come
Yeah.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
And did he not? And if I think we just spoke on this, he was there when Alonso was there, surely. And your Aspilicueta
I think he was even there when Alonso was there,
was he there when Aspilicueta was there,
No,
Lampard?
no,
Or he might have left.
no,
Was he
no,
left?
no.
He wasn't. He was with Aspilicueta. He wasn't with.
Well, with
Alonso.
Alonso.
But he was there with
He was at
Aspilicueta.
City when Alonso first.
Yes,
came
yes.
So he's with Aspilicueta.
definitely with Aspilicueta.
And you don't. That's just
been there from back
sorry,
in the
just
day.
coming back. Just this is a conversation. That's mad not to have him in when you're
in.
inexperienced.
No, it's not mad because
Go on.
think about it.
Go on.
He sees Aspilicueta. Aspilicueta sees Lampard, like we had the conversation last week of.
A teammate.
Yeah. So then obviously then that causes issues because Aspilicueta might say something to you, not in a malicious way, but might say something to you as if like, oh, I think it should be like this, and then his ego gets involved instead of actually listening to the player. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh, I can get Reece James in because he'll listen to me, etc., etc. That's the inexperience.
No, it is. He oversaturated his squad with youth.
Might
He
as well.
oversaturated his squad with youth.
Might as well. And just before we move on, big up to Kian. He said, any more shows in Sarcasm City today? Yeah, of course, we go live every day. So, gonna talk from the Arsenal. As soon as our show ends, because we're ending in 15 minutes, 9 p.m., Cam and Quill talking all things Arsenal. So, obviously, the Manchester United stalemate. We're going to get onto Arsenal as well, which is a nice segue. But yeah, make sure you lock into there at 9 p.m. Subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Membership is now available as well. So you sign up to the membership. There's perks. You can get exclusive members-only shows, exclusive non-football shows, Sarcasm City TV merch, etc., etc. Go on.
Since it's transfer deadline day,
Go on.
Go on.
Everton are getting Josh King.
Really? I didn't see that one coming.
I did
Have you
not
heard
see that
about
one coming.
Someone's offered a thingy contract, actually.
Who? Diego Costa,
Yeah,
big
who
six
is it?
side. All right, let's go through it.
Tottenham.
Is it Tottenham?
Makes
I'm
sense.
telling you right now.
Oh yeah, Mourinho, yeah.
It will be
will
Tottenham.
be.
Mourinho, yeah.
God.
That's his guy because Kane got injured.
I thought Leicester.
Exactly
Leicester.
why
He's
I
his
soon
guy?
seen it. I said,
Oh
it's
my
Tottenham.
Yeah. Because I forgot. That's his man's. That's the last that he won a Premier League with him and that. Renault. No, I don't hate Ollie. I just don't rate him. That's simply what it is.
Yeah, hate's
And
a strong word.
hate's a strong word because I don't hate anyone within football. I actually like Ollie as a player. You know what I'm saying? He's a club legend. No one can take that away from him to me. But the reason why I always reference him is because a lot of mistakes I see other club managers making, or even some of the good stuff they do, I'm like, why can't we do that? Leeds play fantastic
have
football.
better players.
Yes, Leeds play fantastic. You don't need world-class ballers to play good football. Leicester show that. Leeds show that. I watched Newcastle play. Who did they beat? Everton. And I watched, even though Callum Wilson scored the 2 goals, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I swear he scored a brace.
Yeah, he did.
He scored a brace. I seen him miss 2 gilt-edged chances. My thing is, though, how are Newcastle creating 4 great chances for Callum Wilson, but we can't create 4 or 5 chances for Martial or Cavani or Rashford?
But then man gets slated after.
Yeah, man gets slated
For the chances they don't, you know what I'm saying? The chances they didn't get, they didn't score. You know what I'm saying?
So
What is
that's
this?
why.
What's this new social media thing of just because you've got a thingy against the player, they just get slated?
Yeah.
I honestly believe now, man see the full-time score.
Yeah.
Man see the highlights and go, oh, you didn't score. Oh, get him out. But then if you really watch the match, it's like, bro, no one slid him in a through ball.
No one.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's like I see it. All right, then I'll put it to you like this. Should we segue into the Arsenal?
Yeah, we'll segue into Arsenal.
We'll talk about the Arsenal game now. So
let's go. I know Stro had a point he wanted to make about
all I wanted to say about this is I seen Rashford get a lot of thingy. Rightly so. He should have had a first-time shot, maybe. But if you really watch the thing, he got out-crowded by about 6-7 man in about 2 seconds right after. So yeah, I can kind of understand that one. But when you look at someone like Cavani, who missed 2 gilt-edged chances, like 6-yard boxes.
It's that first one.
And
the overhead kick, you can kind of...
that one, because it's slightly behind him. The first one, you got to score. With the Rashford one, if his body shape's in a better position, he either shoots first time, takes a touch and hit it. I think Rashford will tell you that, though.
This is what I'm saying.
I think Rashford would say that. But the fact that we're nitpicking at one chance he had in a whole 90 minutes tells you all you need to know.
Compared to Cavani.
No. What I'm saying is Cavani should have scored 2.
No. I'm saying we're nitpicking it. So people are nitpicking at the Rashford one.
Yeah.
But what I completely forget about the Cavani mission.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then man are grilling Martial, and I'm like, did you watch it? Because I don't remember him having a chance of such of substance.
But people say because he's been poor this season, which he has been, he should be doing more. Of course he should be, but still, you know, systems and everything help.
I seen one thing the other day, and this is what is really doing my head in. A lot of men who have no sort of football knowledge themselves getting onto man. So I seen a move, so Cavani must have been running about, closing man down. And what Martial's done, he's positioned himself in the channel, and he stood there, and I'm saying, I've clocked what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, he stood in his channel. He's waiting for that ball, someone to get the ball, and he goes.
Yeah.
Man, seeing the same clip, man, are like, this guy's lazy. Why is he not running? I'm like, bro, you don't understand football. You don't just run all the time.
Well, you know what it is? Like you said about people not watching the game, and they'll see if someone scored a goal, got a goal or assist to say if they're good, if they played well in that match or not. People do that also with the running around. People think just because you're running around, you're playing well.
See, here's my thing.
Like they equate that to it. Like you have to run around.
Do you not remember when we had Rooney and Tevez up front, and it was dreadful
because
there was we'd get across. And these men are coming back from the halfway line. Do you get what I'm saying?
If you look at Rooney's career, Rooney burnt himself out by doing that.
Doing too much.
I'd arguably say Tevez did the same.
It's too much
because of the level of player that Tevez was. Tevez didn't really. Don't get me wrong. He went to Juventus and he did bits, but he could have went on longer at the top level.
Look at Suarez. He had to stop himself doing that.
Do your work inside the box.
Yeah, all right then. Why is it now he's not doing all the Messi dirty work? He's top goal scorer.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Barca can't buy a goal right now. Barca can't buy a goal. Why is that? Because there's no one to do all the dirty work for Messi. Yeah. There's no one who's gone, you know what? I scored 20 a season and get 20 assists, but I'm just now going to get 8 and 15 assists so you can do your thing. No one. Why is it Griezmann, top goal scorer, boom, 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 looking all of this, goes to Barca, faded.
Hey,
why
guys,
is this?
Your facts. But yeah, straight we'll finish the last 10 minutes. We'll talk about Arteta. Stro, I know you had some thoughts on Arsenal. Arteta, obviously the stalemate.
My thought segues into something.
Oh, was it? All right. Well, I'll touch on it. Arteta has. I can't say he's turned it around, but the results have definitely turned it around. The draw was better for them, I would say, than it was Manchester United. I think they've got 18 points out of a possible 21, so he's doing well at this moment in time. So it's one of them. If you're Arteta in or Arteta out, I understand both sides, but I would still give him. Me personally, I'd still give him a full season. Before I turned Arteta around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying.
know,
one thing I'd say, what I think he's doing, which I kind of like, which Ollie did when he came in, he's getting rid of a lot of people who he doesn't like, who doesn't think fits in. I rate that
Yeah.
And like everyone's buzzing, Holding this, and that. Holding won't be there for too long.
No.
You know what I mean? Like we've seen today, I think I just seen then Joe Willock's gone
Newcastle.
Maitland-Niles is going West Brom.
Maitland-Niles is going West Brom.
So he's
Kolasinac went Schalke.
yes.
Mustafi's now apparently going Schalke.
Yeah, which
replace.
Which segments on to the point I'm trying to make.
All right, let's go there.
Issues.
Yeah. Let's go there. Yeah,
Right,
some Liverpool, some Liverpool stress. That's what we love to end the show with. Let's go, family. Let's go.
So
your time, Stro. Mike's yours.
Here's my problem, right? Liverpool made the mistake that City made, yeah? They've rectified the mistake which City didn't do. In January, they've gone and got 2 centre-backs. Like I said, one of them's this Ben Davies kid who's a phenomenal talent, who Leicester were looking at, Celtic, a lot of big teams were looking at, so I'm happy we've got him for his fee, right? Kabak. Liverpool have been looking at him for past year and a half. David Wagner's there, who's one of Klopp's best mates in football, his manager. Now, this is a phenomenal deal for Liverpool. It got stood still because of Arsenal. And this is my issue, right? Is you don't like Mustafi. You want Mustafi gone. Why are you delaying it?
Yeah, just get him
What was
out.
your problem? You know what Arsenal were in that particular predicament, right? I said this to Callum on the copies, right? Is Arsenal, you know when you move into a girl,
yes,
and she's got that ridiculous best mate who just likes to intervene, make comments,
the blocker,
and causes issues.
Yeah.
That was Arsenal for me today.
Arsenal with a blocker.
Why are you delaying it? Just terminate the contract. You don't want him there in the first place. Just get rid of him. So then I'm sat there refreshing my phone time after time, thinking what. Because they're not going to let Kabak go unless they've got a replacement. Mustafi's already agreed personal terms. Yeah. Why are you delaying it? What is it to delay?
Arsenal blocking Liverpool, you know.
I don't want you here because of your affiliation with Ozil and what you stood up for him in the dressing room for Ozil, similar to Kolasinac.
Yeah.
Go join Kolasinac. Let him go. Why are you delaying it? Why? It went from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The German deadline closes at 5. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve at this point?
Arsenal.
Arsenal,
all that shit, all that friend.
They are that chick.
Why? Why are you here? Yeah. Why are you interrupting? Why are you making comments that have got nothing to do with you? What are you playing at? Just let him go.
You know what, though? One thing I will say about these 2 guys that Liverpool have signed, it's a very high pressure environment. And we know how these toxic social media fans are. And we know how... No, actually, we know how... I'm going to put this out there. We know how toxic some of these pundits are now at the moment. I think the pundits are...
Well, Paul Merson's already started it today.
What did Paul Merson say? I heard it, but I didn't see what he said. What did Merson say?
As much as I like Paul Merson at times as a pundit, right, shows that he's not watched Kabak and he's not watched any German football. If you look at it, if you watch Kabak's stats, they're up there with Konate and Upamecano in terms of possession, in terms of pass percentage, in terms of duels won, aerial duels won. He's up there with the top 3-4 centre-backs in the German league. The Upamacanos of this world, the David Alabas of this world. Some of them he's top 2 in some of them. So it's like, this kid's a player, right? He just needs nurturing. Now, like I said, we've looked at him and he's been a long-term target in terms of we want to get him potential when he hits his peak. Now, this is why it's perfect move for Liverpool. And this is why Michael Edwards is the best in the business. People know we needed a centre-back. So imagine we went for an Upamecano. Now they're going to put an extra 20-30 million on it. Yes. We approached Schalke in the summer, 30 million to 40 million. So with add-ons, right? We've now got him on a 6-month loan to fill a short-term gap, specifically for us, which we need because we need defensive replacements, a 1 million loan fee. 1 million loan fee, right? An extra 500,000 if we go far in the Champions League, yeah? But we've got 6 months to evaluate him. Yeah. Schalke wanted an obligation to buy, which meant that we had to buy him regardless. Michael no.
You have to buy him.
It's an option to buy. And here's the option to buy, by the way. It's 18 million up front in installments, and then you'll get add-ons of an extra 8 million. That's a phenomenal deal for Liverpool. And Klopp can analyse him properly. So when you hear pundits specifically talking about players you've not watched, I find it ridiculous, and I agree with what V's saying is, yes, it is toxic.
They should just be honest. Because like the same way I will...
No, he can't be. He can't be honest. You know why he can't be honest? If he's honest in that situation, people turn around and go, well, what are you doing then?
Exactly what.
You can't speak on the football then.
Yeah, you can't speak on him. What you could say is, I've not seen a lot of him, but I've heard such, like, from the people I spoke, like, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, I've not seen a lot of such and such. But I talk to you.
Go and do your homework.
I talked to Stro, shout out Mr. Aaron United as well, because he shared the video. Salute to our guys, United Central, Nuruddin, the whole, everybody, man, the whole circle. But yeah, it's like, I will then go and do, like you said, do my research and then do the eye test when I see the player. And I won't just judge him of one game. If he has an amazing game, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, sensational. And if he's dreadful, I'm not going to be like, oh my, I reserve judgment. You know what I'm saying? You got to give people enough chance to succeed or fail. But people are ready to write people off straight away.
There's the thing. I don't think... I'll put this real out there. I don't think these men watch a lot of Premier League matches. I think these men watch a lot of highlights. I've said this for the longest. You know why I don't think Merson watches a lot of football? Because he can't pronounce man's name. Just copy what someone said. Copy what someone said.
In Merson's defense, I'm not going to lie, I struggle at times.
No, but all right then. If you didn't know what a man's name was, So all right then. We don't work in a football studio, fam.
Yeah, I hear what you say. People are saying it all around.
People are saying it around you, bro. How can you not just copy the sound? I could say a sound to my son now. He's one. He can mimic the sound.
Yeah, I get what
you're telling
saying,
me you can't mimic the sound. Every time it comes up, you just butcher it. Why? Because you're not familiar with it. You don't know it. Do you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of the times, what position does he play? He's like, sorry, what? You know what
How
I'm
do you know? And the thing is, you're paid a high amount.
Yes.
You should know that should be homework to you. You should know what position a player plays. I can forget that.
Have you not seen them John Moxons and all them? They used to have them books and man will have everything.
Like you've seen him post it on his social media, but it's not even that. It's like I was watching the Liverpool game, and it's like Trent's the one who plays the ball over for the counter attack to Shaqiri.
Yeah,
what
a great pass by Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Like,
it's not Oxlade-Chamberlain who played the pass.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, Oxlade-Chamberlain wasn't even on the pitch at that point, was he?
No. Sorry, Curtis Jones.
Okay,
Curtis Jones. One, they don't look alike.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Secondly, they've got different numbers on the back of the kit.
You know what I'm saying?
Thirdly, you can tell when Trent.
These are not football, man.
Mad.
These man,
I tell
you,
you reckon they're not football, man?
No, don't think at all. I think a lot of these man go off past experience. A lot of these men are hired off what they've done, not what they're currently on. Look at Michael Owen. You don't watch football.
Because I'm going
so a lot of these men don't watch football.
This is a great way to end the show.
You don't know football. You might have played football, but guess what? It doesn't mean that you know football now.
When a specific ex-footballer turns around and says, "Oh, it finished 1-1," because if you don't score, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, man. On that note, anyway, like Ryan says, these pundits on TV annoy me so much, and I think that comes to our end on this. That's why you see so many people in this football YouTubing world, excluding ourselves, being successful. No matter what club they support, whether it's male or female. That's why, because you're getting the real honesty. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a real, so salute to everyone. I put a tweet out saying that I see everybody in the YouTube and footballing world winning, and I love to see it. But yes, people, this has been From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, and we're here live every Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. discussing all things Premier League. Thank you very much for tuning in.